give people their flowers. While they can still smell it. Mark Nash. Michael Gross, the boss. My nigga. My brother. Let's get this shit done, Mike. We all love sports, right? Mike Gross, the boss. This is Mike on sports. He smoke competition, same time smoke a port. When it comes to debating, he's one of the greatest. Put him on the A-list over Kellerman and Bayless. If you missed the show, couldn't make it, just log on and click the playlist. That boy always working, not to be played with. Hit subscribe and the bell for the latest. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. Right there from first bell, tip up and coin toss. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. He call it how he see it. Either you won or you lost. Big games, big fights, rolling dubs up. You like the content, hater? Click the thumbs up. Cashapp, super chat, go all in. But do your research first before you call in.
Been waiting on. And yes, I am back. I am back. I am back. I am back. Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up? What up, people? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I am your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big ups to that 501 and that 317. Y'all know how I get down, baby. Give me a second. I'll be back. When y'all come in, smash that thumbs up button, wipe your feet off, get them lights up. There you go. My bad, peeps. Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up, peep? Oh. How y'all doing out there today, man? Happy Tuesday. Is it a Tuesday? It's going up on a Tuesday. What's going on, Fabio? Bayside Boxing was good. How y'all doing out there today, man? Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. A lot of shit going on today, man. A lot of people mad about certain shit. We got news that Deontay Wilder is not considering retirement. That's so good. We got Jermell Charlo sticking to what he knows, sticking to the code, sticking to that if it's fuck you, why you know what I'm saying? It's fuck you anyway. So Jermell Charlo just keep it on what he on code for, and we gonna get into it. We gonna get into the whole history of what Jermell and Wilder have been through. Also, we got Dillian White. Dillian White and Fury, according to the WBC, those guys should be next on the docket. Dillian White and Fury should be next on the docket, so we'll talk about that. A lot of people out there don't seem to want Dillian White to get a title shot. I mean, nobody out there wants Dillian White to come away with a title shot, bro. I don't get it. I don't understand why. Like, why doesn't anybody want Dillian White to get a title shot? But we'll talk about that. We'll get into that. First, smash that thumbs up button on your way in. Get them likes up. Get them likes up. Get them likes up. I appreciate it. Let's go out to Malik Scott. Malik Scott. You know, he did an interview with IFL TV. And they talked about, they talked about a lot of shit. Honestly, they talked about a lot of shit. And let's see if you agree with what Malik Scott said. I don't understand why the retirement talks always come out after somebody loses. I don't think I never understood why people want to say, oh, Wilder should think about hanging it up. He should think about hanging it up, man. He took a lot of beating. What's going on, Vince Barborn? What's going on, homie? Well, let's go out to Malik Scott and see what he thinks about Deontay Wilder retiring. Let me set the audio up for y'all. My bad. I already had this done. My bad.
Anyway, is there any suggestion that we wouldn't ever see Deontay Wilder in the ring again?
I seriously doubt that. I seriously doubt that. But if that is the case, and that should so happen, then like I said, he put the work in and he's set himself and his family up enough that Deontay don't have to fight. That's the only reason why I'm saying I doubt that, or I'm not certain, because we're talking about an individual that don't have to do this to make a living. You know what I mean? We're talking somebody that's really financially set up secure. So, we'll see, Cook. That's another question. We'll see, because retirement is not in our plans at all, or in his plans, that's not something we discussed. We just know last night that we fought a very, 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 before last night. My quote with Fury tons of times to the media was we're not going against a good fighter. We're going against a very, very, very good fighter. And after last night, I have to give him his credit and call him a damn great fighter. All
right, so there you have it. Malik Scott says he is not, Wilder is not, they will not consider retirement. That's not even in their plans. And honestly, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. If Wilder was to retire after Saturday night, as a fan of boxing, I would be disappointed. I would be upset. Wilder, you don't want the last memory of you in a ring to be the one that happened Saturday night. You don't want everybody to remember you getting knocked out by Fury in one of the biggest fights of your career, if not the biggest. So I agree with Malik Scott. I think Wilder should take some time off, spend time with his family, spend time with the people that love him. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all he accomplished. Go back, clear his mindset, come out with a clear mind, and just get better at the things you need to get better at. The improvement don't stop. That's one thing Wilder has to know. The improvement don't stop. You got to improve that endurance. You got to keep on doing the things you and Malik Scott worked on in camp. The improvements in your boxing don't stop until you are finished and you are hanging up the gloves. Don't resort back to the old Wilder. Build off of what you done in the last fight. You gave a lot of fans out there something memorable to watch. So did Fury. So did Tyson Fury. So with that being said, I don't think that Wilder should I don't think Wilder should be considering retirement. That's just my personal opinion. I think retirement is not in the cards right now.
It's the last step
for Deontay Wilder. I really don't think right now retirement is in the plans for Deontay Wilder. I like everything that I've seen from Wilder. I like the fact that he's trying improving his ability. But as far as retirement, Don't give me that retirement talk. Don't give me that retirement talk. Do not give me that retirement talk. I appreciate everything else, but I don't need to see retirement talk. I want to see him get better. I want to see him get better and better and better and better and just improve on what he's been doing.
Needs more condition, more. I think.
Got to ask you because without question.
All right, we're going out to Canelo Alvarez. We're gonna go out to Canelo Alvarez, then we'll double back and finish what Malik Scott had to say. But this is Canelo. Canelo watched the fight this past weekend. We all know Canelo is a big time boxing fan. He watched the fight this past weekend. These are Canelo thoughts on Deontay Wilder and the fight with Fury this past weekend.
People are calling it one of the greatest heavyweight fights. What did you think about Wilder and Fury?
Oh, great fight. Great fight. I think Wilder needs more condition, more moves. He don't know how move the head, so it's difficult when you don't have condition and you don't know how to move. So that's why Tyson Fury beat him. Tyson Fury is a great fighter.
Yeah.
Do y'all agree with Canelo? Do y'all agree with Canelo? Wilder needs better conditioning. Wilder should do more movements, more head movements. And he's not lying. It's tough to do all those movements when you're not in the best condition. And I love Wilder to death. I love him to death. But if y'all watching that fight Saturday night, y'all knew at the round 2, Wilder's condition was not conducive to a 12-round fight. His condition was not conducive to a 12-round fight. Do y'all agree with Canelo Alvarez that Wilder needs to improve his conditioning and get better movement in the ring? Absolutely, said Undisputed Truth. He needs to drop his weight back down to 220. Okay. All right, so you need to. So you feel like he needs to shed those 18 pounds. Okay, all right, Andy Ruiz. All right, I don't know what that say. And I ain't want to take it here, man. Like I ain't want to take it here, but damn it, we got to do it, man. We got to do it. Like, I don't understand why boxing now Andy Ruiz, and I know this is not Andy Ruiz either. He says white boxers are just stronger and have more power. It's not Wilder's fault. He just lost. He's not built like that. I don't understand why people gotta make it so raceful. I don't like why do you have to bring race into this fight? I know it's a white guy versus a black guy, UK versus America. It was bad blood. Can we just leave it at that? Bad blood? It's like people done drawn the line in the sand. And Lord forbid you are a black dude rooting for Fury. Oh, they gonna drag you through the motherfucking mud. They gonna drag you through the motherfucking mud. You shouldn't be rooting for Fury. You gotta stay on code. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. No, you don't. No, you don't. You can like whoever the fuck you want to like. You can support whoever you want to support. It don't and Andy Ruiz. I know it ain't your real name, but If you want to come on and have a race debate with me, I would love it. Because I can explain to you why Wilder's been talking race the last 3 fights. I just don't understand the boxing media and boxing fans who are so divided, about black people, Mexican people, white people, whatever ethnicity, you know what I'm saying, you want to be. I don't get it. And maybe it's something wrong with me. Maybe it's something that I don't see that everybody else sees. I just never understood why people would make, or I mean, I don't want to say I never understood, because I do understand why people sometimes bring race into certain things, because over the years, you know what I'm saying, black people have always gotten the short end of the stick. But to call guys coons who support Fury, or to go at Sugar Hill for doing what he was hired to do is crazy. It's crazy. Maybe like if you don't like the motherfuckers, you just don't like them. I don't like everybody. I'm not infatuated with everybody that I see. You know what I'm saying? So I get you not liking them, but to hate somebody, to be derogatory, to lump everybody in the same prism, the same boat, it's just weird to me. I never understood it. I never like tried to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I may be guilty sometimes because I get passionate about certain topics, but for the most part, like this I'm not the platform that just goes with what everybody else, you know what I'm saying, says. Call me a troll because you can't handle the truth. I'm not racist. Black box have been dominated for decades. That the king now is Fury. Haters deal with it. Fury's training the black royalty too. I never said you was a racist, dog. I was just trying to understand your perspective and why you were bringing up race. That's the only reason I invited you on my show. And you ain't got to turn your camera on. I know you probably want to know what I'm saying. Stay hidden. Like you ain't got to turn your camera on. Come on, explain yourself. You got the freedom to talk. I'm not gonna time you out. I'm not gonna yell over you. I just want to know your perspective and why you feel the way you feel. Honestly, that's it. Retro for life was good. Darren Lincoln was good. PSK was good. Vince Valburn was good. Pit Bully was good. Ace Retro was good. Undisputed Truth was good. B-Dog was good. Cannibal was good, homie. Fabio was good. Smash that thumbs up button on your way in. Don't forget, man, the goal this month is $600, man. Trying to reset myself for this computer that I just bought. Right now, I believe. Let me check the thing right quick and see where we at. Let me see where we at. Right now, we have amassed. Let me see. We had 242, so another 100. So we had 342 for the month. Big ups to everybody out there who donated, who super chatted, who sent me a PayPal, who sent me a Cash App. I appreciate it, man. Every little bit counts. If you can Cash App me, you can super chat me heavily, you know what I'm saying, reach that goal this month of $600. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. But back to the topic. Let's get back out to Malik Scott since Andy Ruiz don't want to come on.
I give him, Sugar Hill, his family, and I wish him all the best, man. Like I seriously do. War is war. If we ever have to do it again, if him and they do it 4 or 5 more times.
Well, this was the fight that no one wanted.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No one wanted to see this fight. Who wants to see Fury Wilder again? Who wants to see that?
Yeah.
No one was saying that last night.
Absolutely.
Well, apart from Tim Witherspoon, actually, who wasn't impressed with the fight last night in my interview.
Yeah, I had an issue with Tim. I'm gonna tell you why. And this comes with life, and this comes with me knowing how human beings are. Because
all right, man, we doing enough on that. Look, man, I'm glad Deontay Wilder is not considered retirement. He doesn't need to consider retirement. Retirement is just something that people want to throw out there when you suffer a tough defeat. I don't subscribe to that. I don't think that's the way to go. And honestly, man, when it comes down to it, I really think that Deontay Wilder will come back for this and will be better, be better next time around. Be better his next time out. We're gonna see a lot of improvement. We're gonna see some more improvement from Deontay Wilder, and I'm glad that we still get to witness that man in the ring. Can I say what you want to about him? Say what you want to. You can critique him. You can discredit him. You can say that he can't box. One thing that Deontay Wilder always bring you guys, he's bring you guys excitement. Night Train was good. He brings you guys excitement. No. I didn't expect him to do it. I was just showing y'all and showing him I was gonna give him the platform to come on. I wasn't expecting him to do it. I know how these guys are. I know how these trolls are. I know how these guys like to shoot shit in the chat. But when you ask them to come on and elaborate, you know what I'm saying? They can't come on and elaborate. Rogers was good. I'm happy that Wilder hasn't decided on retirement. I don't think retirement is a good thing. I really don't think he should even be thinking about doing retirement. I really don't. Sometimes in life, you gotta build yourself back up. Sometimes in life, you absolutely gotta build yourself back up. And from the looks of it, that is what Deontay Wilder is doing. Go home, recalibrate, refocus. The Fury chapter is over as of now. The Fury chapter is over as of now. So it's time for you to get back to that hunger. Get back to what made you the bronze bomber. Knocking out all these guys who aren't on your level. Knocking out all these guys who aren't on your level. And I believe that Wilder will be champion again. That's the question that I have for you guys today. That's the question that I have for you guys today. Will Deontay Wilder ever be heavyweight champ again? That's the question that I have for you guys today. I want to know how y'all feel about that. Will Deontay Wilder ever be heavyweight champion again? Will Deontay Wilder ever be heavyweight champion again? Will Deontay Wilder ever be heavyweight champion again?
We saw an 8-round war, and it was a really interesting fight. I watched it back last night. I thought Fowler started so well in the fight, you know.
Go back to kind of that, but yeah, Cheeseman. I mean, it's hard to think Cheeseman's only.
Fuck Ted.
I'm a fighter, and you know, and he's coming back off a defeat. He's put himself back in contention.
Obviously, with the Wayne situation, missing the weight, getting stripped of the title, and then
likes to make excuses. You could see, and she's for people to understand. If you win, there's a further option.
Give me 1 second,
In that situation, but ultimately she missed weight, and that's not acceptable.
What's going on
in the sport?
for
Okay. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
What?
And
the whole fight?
Yes, and honestly, I can't remember the last time I stayed up for a fight at that time, because mostly, if I'm not doing a show, I want to get some sleep, and if I'm doing a show, then by 2 o'clock you're just exhausted. And it came round. I watched the fight in the Hilton, and I was knackered. But it went on and on and on. And I mean, you were obviously there, so it's not as much of it. But it was interesting watching it as a spectator. Like, I thought it'd be at 4, then it was 4:30, then it was 4:45, then I think it was 5 o'clock. The time it watched it with Nigel Benn, actually, and technically it was all over the shop. But who cares? I mean, the drama was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree with Eddie. CJ was good. Axiom was good. Yeah, man. Williamson night check Ted Cheeseman ass out. I gotta agree with Eddie. Like that Wilder Fury 3 fight had everything. It had Fury taking control. It had Wilder taking control. It had the momentum swaying back and forth. It had fans on the edge of the seat not knowing which guy was going to get knocked out. Those are the fights that are pay-per-view worthy. You don't see me too much being out here saying, "Oh yeah, I bought that pay-per-view. I support boxing." Hell no. Hell fucking no, I'm not supporting all this bullshit they putting out. But I did buy Wilder Fury. I bought that shit. And honestly, for $80, that was one of the most satisfying purchases I have paid for entertainment value. And then only thing closer to my mind that's worth that kind of entertainment value is the damn East Strip Club. Y'all know I ain't lying. I ain't spending $80 on nothing, on no other kind of entertainment except the goddamn East Strip Club. Give me 81s. You know what I'm saying? Give me 81s, and I'm gonna go in that motherfucker. But yeah, man, I'm serious. I'm serious, dog. I was not, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Wilder Fury had me more satisfied than them Strip Club. Shit, some of them goddamn girls in there don't deserve dollars. I'm being real with y'all. Y'all know I ain't lying. When the last time you spent $80 for something and you were satisfied? As far as entertainment, far as a movie, far as a play, a comedy club. When were you that satisfied with what you purchased? I loved it. And I agree with every word Eddie Hearn said. That shit had us yearning, had us fiending for more.
Massive credit to both. You've obviously been on the ground there. It doesn't seem that Wilder's giving any credit the other way, but it is what it is. They both do deserve credit, but Fury's really good. Wilder looked hypnotized before, like in the ring before the fight, and after 2 rounds, he couldn't stand up. 3 rounds, like again, and obviously he went down after 2 or 3 rounds. Like he started the first.
Yeah, I don't get that, man. And we just sitting here and we just talking and we just like really, really thinking about it. Damn, how do you get so tired so early? How do you get so tired? So were you too bulky? Were you not doing no road work? Like I don't give a damn about, like, look, man, from now on, I don't want to see no pad videos. I don't want to see no sparring videos. Nigga, just show me road work. Just show me some road work, man. Show me the road work, bro. I don't want to see nothing, no more of that shit, man. Just show me you out there on the road, getting them legs ready, doing some sledding or something, pulling 300 pounds, pushing 300 pounds, just doing something to make sure your conditioning is right. That's what I want to see. The Fab 19 was good. Postman was good. Corey Mountain was good. That's what I want to see from now on. I want to see that road work, man. I want to see that cardio. I want to see you improve that core. So when you get into a fight like that, when you get into a fight of that magnitude with everybody watching you, you don't gas out after 2 rounds. A blind man could have seen you goddamn was tired. Yeah, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, they all seen you was tired. Helen Keller seen you was tired. She goddamn me blind and deaf. It really baffled me that my guy got tired so early. It really just baffled me that my guy got so tired so early. I wasn't expecting him to get tired like that. I really wasn't. I was expecting a guy to come in who was at the top of his fucking game, who was at the top of his game, feeling himself, you know what I'm saying, coming in with a great game plan, and it was gonna give Fury hell. It was the other way around. It just doesn't make sense. No way you shouldn't be in shape. No way. No way you shouldn't be Damn. That's crazy. Man, salute to Fury, man. Fury took a great shot. Fury took a great shot and got back up. And look, actually what CYP, what's going on, big dog? CYP, man, you more than welcome to come on. I know some things you probably want to say with all the reaction that's been going on. Yeah, man, I know some things you probably want to say with all the reaction that's been going on. So CYP, man, you can hop on the stream if you want to, no problem. Fury took a great shot, man. Fury took a great shot. Great shot.
First round, quite good, working the body nice. But he looked petrified and exhausted before the fight had even taken place. And this is the same thing that happened to him in the second fight. And after 3 rounds, he couldn't stand up. And I thought, oh, it's all over now. Fury's just going to stop him. But then obviously come back with the equalizer, big right hand, knocked Fury down. Fury went over twice. And then I thought, oh, Wilder could turn it here. And then he came out the round after and sort of looked like he tried to take a round off.
Yeah, man, he looked a little bit tired. CYP, man, let me open up my Skype, man. I thought you was going to hop on the stream, y'all. Let me open up my Skype, and then you can call back in. Smart Money, the Axiom. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Somebody got Smart Money right there. Smart Moolah. Okay, man, you got to connect your mic and your thing, Smart Money. Thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate it. CYP, Skype open, dog. Skype is open. Skype is open. There we go. Smart Money in this bitch. What's going on, Smart Money?
Well, what up, Mike? Smart Money in this bitch, man. What up?
Wagwan, brother. Long time. How you been?
All good, my brother. Man, Mike, man, that fight was great, but man, Mike, Wilder was petrified, man.
Why y'all say Wilder was?
Yo.
Smart money. I got y'all on the platform. let me get out to CYP first, and then I'm gonna get back to y'all. All right.
All right, cool. I'll be back.
All right. CYP, what's going on, my brother?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Man, you
I
know,
done lost my voice a little bit because I was going crazy. You know that.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's coming back. But there's a lot of things that need to be said because a lot of people were asking a lot of questions. And first it was why did he abandon the jab to the body? Why did he do that? And you notice he broke his hand. So I don't know if any of y'all ever broke a hand in a fight. I had 3 broke knuckles on my right hand. That shit hurts. It very much hurts to throw a punch or even touch a person with your hand if it's broken, especially in the knuckle area. A lot of y'all might think that's an excuse, but if you break anything, an ankle, whatever, try to put pressure on the ankle that you broke. That shit gonna hurt like hell. The fact that Wilder was still crazy enough to keep throwing them hands and never once told his corner, man, my hand is broke. That dude didn't want no excuses at all. Like, he didn't want none. He barely even talked in that corner because he like, nah, it don't matter what happens in this fight. I'm fighting to the death. That's just how it go. If y'all think a broke hand is an excuse in a boxing match, you must not think a broke ankle matters in track and field. Feet to track is like hands to boxing. So let's leave that where it be. Secondly, when it comes down to the long count, and I told people I didn't want no excuses. I want everything to be fair so we can move on after this fight and see what's next for the future. My issue with the long count is not that Fury wouldn't have got up. That's not my issue. Listen closely. It's not that Fury wouldn't have got up, because I do believe that Fury was listening to the referee, waiting for him. It's not on Fury. What the long count did was help Fury survive the round. It took 5 seconds away from the round. When you get knocked down twice in one round, the likelihood of you surviving that round is slim. Wilder is one of the best finishers of a hurt fighter that we have ever seen in history. Don't play yourself. Y'all know this is very much true. The only reason he didn't finish Fury off in the first fight is because he was celebrating, jumping on the ropes and dancing because he believed the fight was over. If he stayed focused on Fury's ass, when Fury got up in the first fight, Fury is finished, in my opinion. This is all opinion.
What about the folks that say that Wilder got a long count too? Wilder got the same thing Fury got. Walk this way, walk this way.
Oh, no.
Hold your gloves up, do all that bullshit.
No, what I'm not tripping on what happens once you get up. Okay. Like, once you get up, it's up to you. Like, it's up to the referee. If you're up on 10, that's not an issue. But what happened with the clock is the clock, right? So 15 seconds is 15 seconds. But 17 seconds is 17 seconds. 20 seconds is 20 seconds. That's too long from the time you get dropped to the time you get up, especially if the round is closing. If the round is closing and you've been down twice, the likelihood of you surviving more punches without the referee stopping the fight or you getting dropped again are slim. So at that point, if you're a betting man, you see that Wilder got 10 more seconds to fire on Fury after he got up, the odds of you picking Wilder go up. With 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, the odds of Wilder go down. But with the referee,
that's a bit of a stretch.
Time as he should, which is weird, that he did not go back to her, who's the official timekeeper. The referee, when the referee starts at 1, it's 10 seconds from the time he starts at 1. He can start whenever he wants to. He can start 3 seconds late, 4 seconds late. It don't matter. But once he does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are 10 seconds. It does not slow down because you're a referee. It does not slow down because you're a doctor. It does not slow down because you're a magician. 10 seconds is 10 seconds. From the time he said 1 to the time he said 10, Fury, it had already been 12 to 15 to 16 seconds. All I wanted was him to, Fury, get his ass up as he did, get ready, shake it off, move to the left, to the right, whatever. Let's fight. Let Wilder go 5 seconds and throw them bombs, see what happens. That's my own issue. I'm not really saying he would have won because I'm not saying that. Go ahead.
I need you to hop on the stream, y'all, then, because my guy can't reject. He wants to rebut everything he's saying.
All right, good.
Well,
good.
I completely.
I got you.
Talk to me, Kangaroo. Give me your reaction to what CYP just said.
How are you, fellas? Good. I completely disagree with everything he just said. I think he's practically undermining the victory of Fury. We could bring up a whole lot of shit, how the doctor got into the ring when Wilder was pretty much dead in the water. Like his legs were gone, and somehow the doctor just jumped into the ring for like 6 seconds and had a chat to him. Don't know what that was about. Never seen it before in my whole life.
That's
I
true.
could bring that up, but I don't care. I will also say this as well. Wilder is an absolute warrior. Just never, ever gave up. Ever. Did not fucking give up. And that shows that he is a true champion. He kept coming, and he kept coming, and he kept coming. And that, for me, proves that he is still one of the best heavyweights in the world. In my opinion, second, because I think he wipes the floor with everybody else. That's just me. I think he was too emotionally invested with Fury. A lot of stuff was going around. A lot of things were said, but it's not a bad thing losing to the best heavyweight in the world. It's not. Why are people mentioning retirement? Why are people mentioning Wilder was scared? I mean, Wilder was scared? What? Where does that come from? He's not scared. He could have beat Fury.
Like,
I don't understand.
Bro, like I never understood how people can say any fighter is scared when they are getting in the ring with the other dude. I know how they get paid me. Bro, money ain't everything. If you're really scared of somebody, dog, you ain't gonna take no money just to get in the ring with them. Especially, you know what I'm saying, if it had to be arbitration and all this other bullshit just to get Fury in the ring. So Wilder being scared, I never understood that. I think Wilder was fatigued. I think that's the biggest issue that we seen in that last fight. I think Wilder fatigued after the second round, and when you fatigue, his defense just went to shit.
And look, I will say this as well. Like we can say what we want to say and all this sort of stuff. I think I've been on other channels and people are saying Wilder should retire. I think if anybody that says Wilder should retire should be ashamed of themselves. Should never talk about boxing again, in my opinion, because that is absolutely, sorry for my language, but fucking ridiculous. I mean, what's wrong with losing to the best heavyweight in the fucking world? I don't understand it. There's plenty of fights out there for Wilder, and I personally think he'd knock Anthony Joshua's head off of his shoulders, and that's just me. So Wilder's not finished. Fury just had his number, and that's just the way it is. And Fury now has put himself up there with. Fury now is probably the best heavyweight in the world, and non-questionably, he's proven everybody wrong plenty of times, and he's continued to do it. And he's got so many fighting styles. Fury's a very, very tough fighter. You have to beat him. Who knows how you're going to beat him? Because you either got to knock him the fuck out, or you're going to get outboxed, or you're going to get leaned on the whole fight. So to come up with a plan to beat Fury, you're going to have to be very, very, very good.
The only thing that he had an issue with was the count. Everything else you said, he pretty much, you know what I'm saying, pretty much echoed it. But he was like, the count, man, like he said, like, and I forgot about that. The doctor came in the ring after a round and gave Wilder like 6-7 more seconds and asked him, was he okay? We ain't really never seen that unless we talking about the first Ortiz fight when it did the exact same thing. So
yes, when a fighter suffers a severe knockout after 9 rounds, after 9, the doctor can come in. That's a rule. Like, that has nothing to do with Wilder. That has nothing to do with Wilder. If that was Fury on the other end who was knocked out like that going into the 10th round or the 9th round, they would have done the same thing for him. So it all depends on what the doctor feels. That's not a Wilder rule. You know, I think that a lot of people, when they see certain things, they think, oh, that's just for him. And like I was telling people, I'm not saying that Fury wouldn't have made the count. I think that Fury was looking at the referee. It was on him. I'm not blaming Fury for that count.
So you feel like Fury would have got up no matter what. So what's the issue then?
The issue is that it took longer, right? So if he's on regular count, that means Fury's up quicker, right? Fury's up quicker. He's checking Fury quicker. The fight continues quicker. Remember when they said fight again, bing, the bell rung. Bing, the bell rung. So if they're up quicker, the bell is not ringing for 5 or 7 seconds, and Wilder gets to rush at Fury and swing crazy. We know that's how Wilder finishes people. So taking that away was the problem. This is not about Fury not getting up. Nah, Fury was getting up. I've seen him coherent. He was looking right at the referee, thinking like, shit, listening to the count. He was damn sure gonna get up. This is not Fury's fault. That long count was not Fury's fault. But to take seconds away from a fighter who is known to finish people who are hurt, that benefits the other fighter. Like, to deny that means you ain't never seen Wilder fight. We all have seen Wilder fight. When a dude is hurt, that man go crazy. He throw crazy bombs. All it takes is one bomb to be landed for a fight to be stopped after you've been down twice in the round. If he was down once in the round, I'll be having a different story. But going down twice, surviving an onslaught, the likelihood of being stopped is very, 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 very high.
The referee, the referee, I mean, with the Fury knockdown, I mean, I understand the whole thing. The referee needs to give the fighter every chance to get up, right? And I understand that, but I'm a massive Fury fan. I'm not biased. I'm not a piece of shit like some of these other fans that try and be biased and all that. Some of these referees in the last 2 years in multiple fights, their counts have been way off. Like, Wilder got knocked down in the 11th round and the referee called it off straight away. Who's to say that he can't just get up? Like, he tried to get up after 5 seconds.
Look at the replay. The most of the videos don't have Wilder in the camera. They go to Fury. There are some videos online that show a wide screen of everyone. Wilder is up on his feet 8 seconds after he was stopped. You waving off a fight, and you look behind. Keep looking. Wilder was on his feet. Just do your own count. 1, 2, just count. And look at Wilder. And you'll see, damn, this motherfucker was up. He was up before 10. Now, that was a problem that I had because I'm like, yo, referee, please give him the fucking count. Let him fucking, if the fight is over right there, let it be over right there. Don't give us any reason to start talking about conspiracies, man. I want to be done with that shit. I want to be done with it. But when you look and see that Wilder was up 8 seconds, and then Jack Reese literally said he gave Fury the benefit of the doubt. Man, this is the shit that be getting black people mad because we always talk about equality and shit. So, motherfucker, give me the same benefit of the goddamn doubt so I ain't got to complain. I don't want to complain.
Oh yeah, there's no conspiracy. Fury won that fight very easily after the 5th round, but you know, I won't allow anybody to downgrade Wilder ever. Not me. And I mean, the second fight, I'm an honest person. That fight was not normal. Let me give you the hot tip. That was not Deontay Wilder that I've seen fight. That I've seen fight over the years. That fought Ortiz. That fought Stavern. That fought all these other fighters that he's fought, like not Areola or something, and these other guys, but Brazil and all that. I watched all Wilder's fights, and like you said, if they gave Fury the proper fucking count and he got up with about 12 seconds on the cards, Wilder would have been jumping around, swinging like a fucking windmill, like he does, because he gets on you straight away. He runs at you. It's like he jumps into you, you know, when he knows you're hurt, and he didn't give him that opportunity. But, you know, it is what it is. Fury took control after that, and, you know, nobody else gets up from Wilder's hits. Why did Fury get up? I mean, he has a chin like a fucking... I mean, everybody else at Wilder's fought gets knocked spark out. But Fury just seems to get up and go forward, and he was better every time he went down.
Yeah, Fury got caught with that flush right here. I thought that was going to do a little bit more damage, but kudos to him. He got up. I want to ask y'all a question. Will Deontay Wilder, in y'all opinion, ever be heavyweight champion again? Can he regain some version of the heavyweight crown?
Of course. I said, of course.
I ain't talking about no regular title.
No, I'm talking about the main.
I ain't talking about no IBOs. I'm talking about WBC, IBF, WBA, or WBO title.
No, I say 100%. And it may not be through Fury because Fury might get the belts up by that time. He might just give them up. But as heavyweights, nowadays, they go to their 40, 41, 42 years old. Wilder just turned 36 years old. I would have a plan like this. This next year, I would tell Tyson Fury, look, next year, do your thing, man. I ain't even thinking about you. But I'm going to whoop either the AJ Usyk loser is getting these hands, and Dillian White, if you don't fight Fury, you're getting these hands. If you beat Usyk, which he will, if you beat White, which he will do easier, there's nothing else to do but have a fight with Fury. There's nothing else to do or get one of those belts that were dropped. Think about Pacquiao. If Floyd did not retire, he would have been forced to fight Pacquiao again based on how good Pacquiao did after that. But Mayweather wasn't around. Boxing doesn't work that way. It don't matter if y'all want the fights. If Fury is available and Wilder is on a win streak, you're going to have to fight him. I don't know why y'all think that just because you want the fight or don't want the fight, they don't happen. If you become the mandatory for a fighter, he's going to fight you or drop or give that build up. All it takes is Wilder to have 1 year in 2022, take out some big names. He back in contention. He planned on fighting.
Yeah, well, he does plan on fighting, and I love the fact that Malik Scott 100% backed him. I didn't have much of an opinion on Malik Scott, but he seems like an honest, true person, and he's back on Wilder 100%, which is probably going to help Wilder a good. And I actually think, I'm not sure about the damage that he took from Fury, because some of those blows were proper, they were pretty, consistent over a period of rounds. But I do think that Wilder can still get all the belts. He's still in the mix. I got
to kind of antagonist a little bit with the cardio issues that we seen Saturday night. Is that conducive to winning the title? Been tired after round 2?
Yeah, what he said he was hit in the ear, as you saw, it was bleeding, it was damaged again. He said that tired his equilibrium. When he got hit, he said he didn't feel his legs as well. That's what he says. Now, I also want to go into the cardio because it's about cardio. You can't bulk up to keep a 280-pound man off of you and still do cardio at the same time. If you do cardio, you lose weight. Like, I'm telling you, if nobody believes, I always give y'all options to prove me wrong. If you got it in you,
real quick,
for a week, just run a mile for a week and see how much weight you lose just from running 1 mile every day for 1 week. See if you don't lose no weight.
Real quick. Is it better to gain bulk or just strengthen the core that you already have?
For him, trying to fight a dude 280.
If you was Larry Wade and you was goddamn me 280, had to coach Wilder up, and you said, "Hey man, this is what we got to do." Is it to get it to 238 or to get to about 225, 230 and really strengthen that core?
Now, fighting Tyson Fury, the second fight. Mm-hmm. The second fight, Fury is coming forward and he's leaning on you. Mm-hmm. Like, to fight Fury without that style, we're talking about the Fury for the 20 whatever the fuck fights. The 20 whatever fights, I would say let's get in that cardio. Let's be willing to throw, get out the way. That's how I would train him if he was fighting the Fury who fought Vladimir Klitschko and down. The Fury that fights Wilder. The only time Fury bulks up like that is when he's fighting Wilder, because he knows the only way to beat Wilder is to smother him, is to tire him out. So you have to prepare for that. You have to. If you don't think that matters, you're a fool. If Wilder was 215, 220, he would get thrown across that ring. Like, there's no way he would be able to hold that dude off like that. It's impossible. That is literally the most proper, that is literally the most accurate view on the whole situation. I mean, remember one thing. For me personally, Wilder at a lighter weight against any of the other heavyweights, perfect. But Fury 6'9", 280 something, ridiculous. Like, this is what Fury identified to really come for Wilder, put it on him, But against these other heavyweights, I like Wilder at a lighter weight, because they're gonna want to. I don't know if I believe in this whole thing that Wilder can't fight on the back foot. I think if he does tweaks a few things in his training camp over the next year and a half or so, and learn on a bit of defensive tricks and, holding, grabbing, foot movement, I think he'll be fine. I really do. And get the right people in his camp to help him with those things, like the Floyd Mayweather potentially, to help on the defensive style.
Question for both of y'all, and my guy named Kangaroo Jack. I'm coming to you first. Should Wilder keep Malik Scott as the head trainer, or should he bring somebody else in to help him to help Malik Scott out as the head trainer?
Oh, okay, that's a good question, because he's keeping him for sure. Now, adding people, yeah, I'm down with that. Adding people for footwork, adding people for placement, I'm definitely down with that. But Malik Scott to me, he earned it. He earned his money. That Wilder was so much more confident, man. It was just a different Wilder, even with being hurt. I ain't never seen a man fight like that with so much heart and passion. It was like, God damn. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. When he knocked Fury down a couple of times, I was shocked, because he was so goddamn tired. And it takes motivation. It takes motivation to make you believe that you can still win, even in those circumstances.
But ain't it a point where the motivation Speaker shit got to go out the window, and you got to give me some X and O's. And from the people that been talking in my chat and the guys that been calling in, Malik Scott wasn't really giving him no X and O. It was more about, you got this guy giving ability. You gonna change the fight.
Definitely.
You gonna do, but he's not telling him, man. Slip to the left, move your head a little bit, dip down. Don't blow your low so early. Cause round one.
Stop walking into that right. Stop walking into that right hook. Stop walking into that right hook because he kept walking into it.
Give me 1 second. I don't want to see Wilder come out and throw 50 punches in the first round. That's not who Wilder is. He's not a volume guy. He is a guy who's smart, who's calculated, and knows how to execute that game plan. By letting him throw all those punches in the first round and the extra weight, that wasn't a great game plan to me.
I look at it like this. Go ahead.
Just real quickly, I would, me personally, I would keep Malik Scott as the head coach, head trainer, or whatever you want to call it, and I would bring in maybe a heavyweight like a Foreman or a Lennox Lewis or some sort of, or maybe even a Floyd Mayweather to help him with these things. Someone that's experienced, someone that can help him with the technical side of things. But again, egos might come in play. That's the big thing with Wilder. I'm not sure about his ego and what his things like, because he come in and why couldn't he continue to do what he did in the first and second through to the fifth and fourth and sixth? I don't understand. It's like as soon as Fury learned that first right hand, he just reverted back to throwing stupid right hands to the face. Like I don't know what was going on and what the directions were by Malik Scott, but he kept moving to the left-hand side and walking into that Fury right hand. Did you see? Because you know how Fury just throws that right hand to the ear, and it's not even a hook, but it's just a little slap to the ear, and it kept landing every fucking time. Every time I was thinking, what is Malik Scott's directions? Or move, give him direct instruction. Don't say, you can do it, you can hit it, time it, look for that right hand. Give him direct instruction, but that's just me.
All right, I look at it like this. If Wilder wins in that fourth round, we're not talking about this. I think that a lot of times we play the Monday morning quarterback. We do that easy. It's easy to play that Monday morning quarterback, but Wilder was the underdog going in. People thought he was going to get demolished. He didn't get demolished. He actually lost in the 11th, and it was a good fight. I when people say, Fury beat his ass. I'm like, well, Fury beat his ass. What did Wilder do to Fury? It was 2 knockdowns to 3. So if he beat his ass, what happened to him? Because you got to take some punishment to get your ass knocked down twice in one round. People don't get knocked down twice in one round easily. That don't happen often. Get knocked down once, a flash knockdown, a hard punch, boom, boom. But twice, like that don't happen easy. Like that's hard to do. Like, be honest. But I'm not. What I don't understand about people is, if Fury is better than Wilder, let's just say he is, because that's what it looked like. Fury better than Wilder. Why so much critique on Wilder if he's supposed to lose anyway? If he's supposed to lose anyway, why do you keep critiquing him? Because you think he can actually beat Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
If you didn't think he could beat Tyson Fury, none of y'all would critique Wilder. Just like I say, when Billy Joe lost to Canelo, didn't nobody critique Billy Joe. Because we know he's going to get his ass kicked. Nobody say, no, Billy Joe should have did this or did that. We know he's going to get his ass kicked. Yeared him. We didn't fucking critique him.
I will say this, though.
Wilder has that ability to change shit at any given moment. That's why they're so hard on, he should be a better boxer. He should be no, he is who he is. And he made it this far. And he's probably going to be heavyweight champion again. I believe so. I don't see Dillian White beating Deontay Wilder.
No way.
Joshua beating Wilder. Usyk, he's there. Boxer got great stamina, but I think the height differential is going to be a big factor in that fight. And if Wilder can keep him at the end of his jab and his 1-2, I think Usyk's going to be a long night for Usyk. But let's see.
I will say this though. Keep in mind, when we say that some people think that Wilder should beat Fury or has the potential to, damn right he does. He was a former WBC champion. He defended it more times than any heavyweight. I'm a Fury fan.
I like
if you're a WBC champion for how many years, 6-7 years, and you defended your title how many times, like 10 times or something, or 8 times, Wilder defended it, damn right people are going to expect better from you. But he lost 3 times, and if he fucking does the right things, then he deserves a 4th fight. Forget about the 1, 2, 3, and 4. If he does the protocols and goes through the right people, beats Dillian White, beats Ruiz, and Fury does his business with Usyk and AJ, then they're gonna have to fight each other again. That's that's the way it works. There's none of this. Oh, they've already fought before. But I will also say this: before this fight here, Fury wasn't even training properly. His daughter was in hospital when she was fighting for her life when she was born. He went to the UK twice and come back to Vegas, and he wasn't even mentally, he wasn't even there because his daughter almost died. So, what that could have on your mental health or on the way you're thinking before a fight. If you're in hospital for 5-6 weeks waiting to see if your daughter comes through. So.
Remember that, and I knew what had happened on some. We all sent prayers out to Fury. But let me, and the reason why I brought up Malik Scott earlier, because I seen this clip online, and to me, this is why you pay your fucking trainer.
Red light, green light. Finish the shit now with the jab. I'm telling you, only one thing, jab. Let the jab go to work. Okay. He can't throw the right hand if he jabbing. Quit trying to duck walk in. Jab the motherfucker, man. Yes. Go forward. Just jab the motherfucker, goddammit. The simplest shit in the book. Let's go.
That's the kind of shit you need when you want to go to another level. Shakur Hill ain't worried about Tyson Fury feelings right there. He don't give a damn about how you feel. Nigga, you gotta do what I'm telling you to fucking do. Follow my instruction. Follow my instruction. Tell your fighter what you want done. Don't just tell him, oh nigga, you got a guy giving ability, you gonna knock this motherfucker. No, motherfucker, jab and get in it.
Hey, Mike.
I like that, CYP.
I feel you. That shit looked great, but Fury didn't do that. Fury did exactly what he told him not to do, which is run up in there, put his head up in there, try to smother him. So let's stop with the past what he said was great. Fury didn't listen. So let's stop that. Fury, you saw them jab totals. Fury wasn't throwing that bitch either.
Toward the end, that jab.
When it landed, it was like a trunk jab.
I one jab that nigga had while the head turned sideways in round 8 or 9. I'm telling you, bro.
He landed 20% of them jabs. He didn't land that many jabs. He literally missed. He missed a lot of jabs.
He was so mad because he wasn't throwing them motherfuckers.
Yeah, but that's my point. So all that motivation don't mean shit if the man don't do it.
I think there was round 7 though. So going, I think he was starting to up the total, but that's not I need somebody like that in my corner who's gonna tell me and give me instruction. You see what's going on, you've been around boxing 40, 50 years. You know it. You know it inside and out. So just give me what I need to go in there and give me the proper instructions so I can be successful. I don't think coming out and Wilder throwing 60 punches in the first round was conducive to winning because he never did it before.
I agree with that 100%.
He punched a round fighter. He's not going to be able to do that for 12 rounds. It looked good first. It's great. But okay, you got 11 more rounds to go.
If you look at that situation, I thought it was a mistake. I understand they've still got a lot of developing to go together as trainer and fighter, but surely you identified that. See, this is what annoys me with the Wilder situation. They're trying to teach him how to fucking box. Help him land the right hand. Find different strategies and techniques to open up the fucking avenue to land the right hand. The feints, movement of the legs, switch it up a little bit. But they come out and they're trying to throw body shots and all that. Yes, that's a part of it, but don't put your whole energy into it.
We got to move along, man. Get to the next thing. I know you're going to want to stick around for this shit.
Oh, shit.
Jermell Charlo.
I knew it.
Boy, yeah. He was inactive on Twitter. Hold on, let me So to my guy, be nice, man. Y'all do be nice. Let me share my Twitter page. This is Jermell Charlo, man. He was inactive on Twitter for over October 10th, August 31st. The man ain't said nothing since August 31st. Soon as Deontay Wilder have his fight, he lose. And Jermell is out of sight, out of mind, not being talked about. This was about Wilder. What do he do? Come out and tweet, skills pay the bills. Skills, bills, y'all.
Facts. Because it's true.
Okay, then it's okay. I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna get to you. You know, I see you, Antsy, over there. It was a whole community. Right, me, because I made a comment about the skills of the fighter. Where they broke ass at now? Go cry. That sounds like somebody I know right there. I swear it sounds like somebody on the panel right now. I ain't gonna say no name. I'm just saying. Then he tweeted out a picture. He showed y'all how to redeem and get his belts. Show a current photo in his Lambo flexing with the belts he won. Won. Like, then he came at Champside. Him and Champside got a thing. Then he said, go follow Mr. Moonshine, who was pretty much like, he's the opposite of the LWC. So he based the other way, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But anyway, CYP, reaction.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? Y'all know I'm a Lions dude, straight up.
That's why I came to you first.
Like I got a group of fighters that I represent, and they own it. But look, I don't give a shit what no fighter under the heavyweight division says about a heavyweight. The reason why I don't pay no attention to that is because y'all don't have to fight nobody bigger than you. And most of your favorite fighters that fight under heavyweight usually have a weight advantage. Jermell Charlo is a big 154 pounder. Everybody know that. He's a big 154. Errol Spence a big 147. And you can keep going down and down the list. A lot of the best fighters at the division have weight advantages. You can't say nothing to a man who fights dudes who are 40 pounds bigger than him. You can't say shit about a man who fights dudes 40 pounds bigger than him. You can't. So when it comes to this, I'm all Team Wilder because I know Wilder. I don't know Charlo. And I'm always rock people I know before people I don't know. I don't know them. I don't know them Lions. I don't know them niggas at all. But I can tell you right now, if you ain't willing to get up in the ring and swing with a dude who's that much bigger than you, and you ain't and you talking about, oh, let's make sure you make weight at 160, you crying, and if the dude comes in at 155, 156, you mad. I don't want to hear you talking about no damn Wilder. And if skills, and for the skills pay the bills. I know people love that skill shit. In the heavyweight division, half of the champions of time have been skillful, half of them have not. That skills pay the bill shit is not strictly, it shouldn't really apply to heavyweights. Because my man George Foreman wasn't that skillful. Joe Louis wasn't that skillful. Jack Johnson wasn't that skillful. There's a whole bunch of legends who were not that skillful, but whooped that ass because they're heavyweights.
He's right. Skills pay the bills because in my opinion, he lost.
For him,
he lost his last fight to a more skillful fighter in Brock.
No. Tyson Fury. Hold on a second. Tyson Fury is more skillful than Wilder, but he did not beat him. Skillful. Stop it. The first fight was skillful Fury. The first fight, skillful Fury. Skillful Fury
lost to Castano. Jermell, and his last fight, Jermell Charlo, in my opinion, Castano beat him because he was more skillful than Jermell Charlo. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying shit about Fury.
Okay.
But
Fury did beat Wilder with skill in all three fights.
Okay.
No, he didn't.
He showed different wrinkles in the last fight. He out-toughed Wilder in the third fight. He hit Wilder harder than the third fight.
Mike, before
he fucked Wilder up.
Let's
just get this shit out the way. Like, All these excuses, I don't want to hear nothing. Hold on, brother. I gave you your platform. You was talking. Hold on, brother. Let me talk. No.
So we both just gonna talk.
Brother. That's what's happening.
Wilder. Yeah, I got you out, man. Come on now. CYP, 10 seconds. Then I'm gonna shoot it back to D-Nice. 10 seconds. Go.
No problem. Wilder did not lose 3 times. We need to stop allowing liars to repeat that lie all over the internet. He lost twice. We manning up. He lost twice. Do not put 3 losses on that man because that is a lie. It's hard to trust somebody once you lie for no damn reason. He did not lose 3 fights. That's all I'm asking. Be honest.
And that's how I feel about you with the glove gate and all of the bullshit. So you talking about lying, you know exactly about lying. So let's just throw that out the window. He lost all 3 fights. He lost all 3 fights. I didn't disrespect you either. I didn't disrespect you either.
Stop talking to me.
I didn't disrespect you either.
Stop talking to me.
I talk to you any type of way I want to.
Just talk to Mike.
That don't mean nothing, right? Just let me talk. I wasn't talking to you to begin with. That's what I'm saying. I was talking to Mike in the panel. I'm tired of the bullshit. Wasn't nobody critiquing Wilder. Wilder looked horrible in that fight. Wilder got demolished in that fight. Did you see Fury after the fight? Fury was singing. And Fury went to party after the fight. Deontay Wilder went to the hospital.
And he had bruises on his face too.
He had bruises on his face, but that's what happens when you in the fight. But when you got your ass whooped, you go to the hospital. That's what happens when you get your ass whooped. And that's where Wilder went, to the hospital. Nobody's critiquing Wilder. I'm not critiquing Wilder. I told you before the fight, Wilder was going to lose. And I was dead right. And I bet on it. And I put my money on it. I told you he was going to lose. For all of your knowledge, everything that everybody thinks they know, they ignored the evidence that we had on the table. We had 2 fights. One where Wilder was outboxed, and the second fight where he was demolished. Going into the 3rd fight, I told everybody that was going for Wilder, you don't really believe that Wilder's going to win. You just hope he will. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you got somebody trying to logically break down bullshit, no, we not buying that. Wilder is done in these streets. Wilder can't beat no fucking Usyk. You crazy as your mother. You crazy in the motherfucker.
So I posed the question earlier. Will Wilder ever be heavyweight champion again? So you think Wilder?
Hell no.
You think he's done?
Yes.
You think Anthony Joshua, Dillian White, Usyk can beat him?
I don't know about Dillian White, but I think Joshua's a 50-50, and he cannot beat Usyk. No, he can't. And I got money on Usyk if that fight ever happened.
I got money on Wilder if that fight ever happened. So we'll be.
Yeah, I know you're a glutton for punishment, Mike. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I know you're tough. You're a tough nigga, man. You dark skinned niggas like to get bruised up, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
No matter how skilled a motherfucker is, and we seen him with Luis Ortiz, Usyk is not motherfucking Fury. He's not 6'9". He's not 270.
That's true. But it don't take a Fury to beat Wilder. It just take a skilled fighter, man.
All right. And then she won't say fight shit about the
No, I'm tapping out, man. I just was just listening to the bullshit, man. I had to tap in. Wilder got beat the fuck up. It's over with. Let the shit go and move on. I'm glad it's over with so me and Mike can get back on the same page with this blood smoke.
Oh, yeah.
I hate it going against my rappy like that, man. But you know what I'm saying? It's all in the love of boxing, man. Salute the show, and I'm out.
November 20th, baby. It's going down. CYP?
Man, I swear, the reason why I asked him to cam up so everybody in the chat can see how small he is and how much he barks up to the big dog. He like to bark a lot. That dude's too small, man. He's too little. But listen, man, a lot of things people say are you can hear the hate in their heart. To think that a man loses to number 1 and legends are calling him a legend. Legends are calling him great. But you got little bitty dudes with chips on their shoulder calling in, being negative for a dude they don't even know. For a dude who fight they paid to see, whose fight you saw last time and the fight you saw last time. He's done, put a fork in him, but you always tune in to see him fight. I'm confused. If I go to every single Fast and Furious movie, why do I want him to hang it up if I keep going to every single Fast and Furious movie? Don't you like taking your girl to that movie? Because you always do.
I like them bitches, man. I can't even front. I like them. The cars, The action, I mean, it's a good franchise.
And I done seen them all. So I'm like, yo, every time they make one, I'll be like, again, and I'll be right back in the movie theater with my wife watching them.
Yes.
That because I'm not the kind of dude that's going to pirate a Wilder fight and then come back and talk about the low numbers. That ain't me.
And
I ain't a dude.
And Wilder, way though, Wilder provides you that. Like, man, you say what you want to about Wilder. Nigga, the 3 fights with Fury, all them bitches was epic.
Yep.
Even the loss. Even everything that came after the loss, the arbitration, the accusation, glove gate, that shit was epic. First fight, he got up like a zombie. Epic. Knocked Fury down in the 12th round. You can't make this shit up. He knocked him down in the 12th round. Like a fucking walk-off home run. But a nigga caught it at the wall, you feel me? Like, it was crazy. And the third fight lived up to everybody's expectation, man. Like, this is one of the best trilogies, like, series that I like. To me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have them, but like, man, for like modern day, this is great, man. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm talking about fucking smaller fighters. Oh, Chocolatito and what's his name? Estrada. Like, man, they throw a lot of punches, but they ain't knocking motherfucking shit loose. Fury and Wilder, they knocking each other's shit loose. You know what I'm saying? So I respect it.
Look, we respect it, and I think a lot of times it takes people who are like former athletes to respect it sooner than fans do. Because I noticed how Clarissa Shields jumped on everybody's head, but the dude's head she's jumping on is not athlete's head. She's jumping on regular little D Nices. Sit down, boy. Down, boy. Down. She's talking to the little D Nices over there, barking real loud. Who just can't. Who think that being a warrior is not worth praising. Who think trying hard is not worth praising. For being the underdog taking on the challenge is not worth praising. No, it definitely is. And we both big fans of all sports. If the Super Bowl happens and the Patriots and the Bucks, if the Bucks beat the Patriots don't become the 5th best team. They become number 2. That's how it works. This was number 1 versus number 2. So number 1 beats number 2. Number 2 still stays number 2. This is not like college football where number 2 loses and they go down to 5, but you really know they're number 2. So then at the end of the college playoffs, when the college playoffs happens, they put them right back where they're supposed to be, which is number 2, and you see them in the playoffs. It happens like that all the time. Y'all got to stop taking it so serious because, look, I'm a Wilder guy, and I'm not as emotional as y'all. Why am I not as emotional as y'all? And I know the man. Why not? Because I understand that a man making $30, $40 million to go out there and become legendary is worth praising. Like, that was a great fight for both men. But Tyson Fury is doing something this era has never seen ever. And that's be 40 pounds bigger than the next best dude. Ali didn't have to fight a 260-pound boxer that was good. Like, I'm telling y'all these facts because size matters for a reason. If Tyson Fury was in the era of Mike Tyson's not beating him because of size, not because he's not as good. That's too big. All you got to do is lay on somebody. That's what Lennox Lewis was doing to Mike Tyson. He was smothering him and laying on him. He damn near knocked him out with laying on him. He laid on him one time, boom, hit him. Mike Tyson fell. It happens when you are bigger than your opponent.
That's what Vlad did for his whole reign. Vlad lean on a motherfucker and throw that one too. Lean on a motherfucker, you ain't getting none of that shit off.
It happens. It happens.
I got a call right now, man. Let me tap. Damn, they just hung up. Call back in, man. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But I was gonna say, like Vlad did it. Like Fury understands what Wilder is good at. He understands what he needs to be worried for. And even though they were in landed in caught him flush, it landed flush on a 280-pound man versus a 250-pound man, like in the first fight. So he's able to absorb that more, and it's just, I don't want to say it's unfair because it's the rules, but damn, that's a lot to go against. Ain't nobody in any division gonna beat their opponent if their opponent is outweighing them by 40 pounds. Just not gonna happen. Just not gonna happen. Let me see. Yeah, man. Come back to this Jermell Charlo shit right quick, man. I want y'all to know where it all started from, right? He was. Well, we got a call right I'm gonna get you caught real quick. Going out to 205. 205, talk to me.
Yo, this young. I was just gonna pick it back on what y'all was talking about. How everybody like, oh, Usyk will be Wilder. Like, yo, Usyk may be a better boxer than Wilder, but one thing Usyk's not gonna be, he's gonna be bigger than Wilder. And you say that, but how you feel when Usyk fight Fury? Do you think Usyk and Fury will be a good fight? You think it's gonna be close, or you think Fury gonna do just as you're gonna dog walk him too?
I think Fury gonna beat Usyk convincingly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, just because I have people, just because yes, he Wilder was outboxed by a guy that's 40 pounds bigger than him, and then also got outpowered by a guy that's 40 pounds bigger than him. But that's gonna be tough. Like, I don't know too many heavyweights that would beat Fury with that size. But Usyk, that's what, 6'2", 6'3". Yeah, he gonna be able to maybe go around a little bit. But I seen the Usyk and Joshua fight, and I feel like Joshua lost because Joshua was trying to box. He was trying to be the knockout guy when they fought. And I just feel like with Wilder being like that, I don't think Usyk. I mean, he's good, but I don't think he got the body to not only the box and keep Wilder off him.
And there's a factor. There's a factor if Joshua is able to change his damn game plan and impose his will against Usyk, he may be the one that be taking on Fury and not Usyk.
Yeah, it's very possible. So there is a rematch. So for me, people say, "Oh, wow, like yo," I feel like he would Wilder be a heavyweight champ again. Yes, because I think Fury gonna have one more fight and he retiring.
Oh wow.
That's how I feel. I think he gonna have one more fight. He probably gonna retire. Because to me, something about Fury once he gets those belts, he really don't. You know what I'm saying? After he beat Wilder, well, almost a year and a half. Y'all can say COVID, but they was still pushing that. He beat Crisco. Was gone 3 years. I mean, the proof is there. So I think now that Joshua lost, he probably like, oh, bro, I ain't got nothing. You know, the big money gone. Usyk's not a name. I can hope Joshua beat Usyk in a rematch, but I mean, we can make money, so I might do that. He ain't gonna be sitting here fighting no Dillian White and then fighting no Joyce. You know, he ain't gonna be doing all that. That's how I feel. I think he ain't gonna be doing that.
All right, but what's your name again?
This is Yogi.
All right, Yogi, man. Thanks for calling in, brother. I appreciate it.
All right.
Go to my guy out to 207. Let's go out to where this shit all stems from, man. All this Charlo and Deontay Wilder shit, right? So Deontay Wilder said Charlo should be slapped. He didn't say he was going to slap him, but he said he should get slapped for the comments he made in a live stream where Charlo said race don't matter when Deontay Wilder was going live with what's my guy's name from PBC? What's my guy's name? TYP, the Hispanic dude, Miguel Flores. Miguel Flores. So, and this is what Charlo had to say in an interview when asked about Wilder Fury trilogy.
Trilogy fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. What does Wilder have to do to avenge his loss?
Well, first and foremost is admitting to his mistakes that he done in that fight. Like I said before, I have no problem with Wilder. I actually like Wilder as a fighter. I like Wilder as a puncher. I like Fury as a boxer. And I'm not here to be biased about anything. I made a mistake the other day, and I said race don't matter. You know, like I said race don't matter, but they took it and said, "Oh, race don't matter throughout the world." Like, no, I was talking about in a particular fight. I was talking about like, why does race matter during that fight? Now, race matters, of course, because you're judges and you can go statistical about everything, but race, like he said, he was chocolate, and because he was chocolate and he lost the fight. I just thought that was like bullish. You know?
Didn't you reference like skills pay the bills?
I did reference skill pay the bills. I don't know if people seen that, but when if skills pay the bills, why are we speaking on like I'm fighting a European? You know, Matt Ray Wilder wanted to slap me like I was smoking his bitch ass. Like I have people.
Nigga, what? Wilder said he never said he wanted to slap you, dog. that there was a misconception. But damn, you said you was gonna smoke him?
Fighting a European, you know. That Ray Water wanted to slap me like I was smoking his bitch ass. Like I have people ready to go to prison for life for him. So if like I'm not interested in somebody saying they're gonna slap me, this is my life and your life that you're dealing with. So let's see who really more of that than let's see if you really.
Man, I forgot this shit was so funny, man. He said I got to prison about this dude. Like, come on, man. So y'all, that's where it all stems from. Y'all know the history of it. Y'all know why Charlo tweeted out what he tweeted out. Ain't no love lost. And look, am I mad about what? Hell no. I expect that. I expect if it's fuck you back then, it's gonna be fuck you now. That's the code that niggas live by where I'm from. So I expected that. So for me to be mad about something that Charlo was saying, I'm not gonna be mad about it. Do I like it? Hell no, I don't like it. It's talking about my guy. By a dude that pretty much, you know what I'm saying, got me into the sport of boxing. I wasn't really watching boxing before Deontay Wilder. I was in the fucking hospital bed and I seen Wilder on TV, man. The rest is history. So yeah, man, I didn't like it, but did I expect Charlo to give Wilder any kind of praise after Wilder fought so valiantly? Hell no. Hell no. Them Charlo, one thing about them niggas, they are stubborn. When they feel a certain way, they feel that way, and they gonna let everybody know. They don't give a damn who feelings involved with it. If you heard about it, so what? So it is what it is. CYP.
No, you're right. Did you notice all Wilder allegedly said was I slapped him? Why are you talking about shooting and killing and going to jail for life with somebody talking about slapping you? Like, that's pussy. That's the first negative thing I've ever said publicly about a Charlo.
I know. You see, I perked up.
That's pussy. Like, first of all, what? Just fight him. See what happened. Because you bold enough to talk bad about him, then be man enough to take that fade. That's how I roll. Anybody who got a problem with me, if you ever see me in person and you want to bring it to me, bring it to me. I like fighting. Bring it to me. If you see me in person, you ain't gonna want to bring no smoke to me anyway. But if you do, and I called you any kind of name or disrespected you, cool. Charlo, feel the same way. Stop talking about people negatively, disrespecting them, and then when they clap back at you, you want to talk about shooting them and going to jail, man. I don't condone that. That was pussy. Pussycat. That was pussycat. That wasn't no lying. That was pussycat.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. We got a caller going out too, man. I don't know what kind of Skype name you got. Well, okay, you're a truck driver. What's going on, my brother? Oh, it's JD. Hey, JD.
What up, bro? It's JD,
good,
man.
Nigga. I see who it is. What's going on, JD?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Oh, your connection, man. You going in and out. Can you hear me now? Mic check, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's JD, bro.
I know, man. I see who it is now, man. Talk to me. Damn, JD, man. You gotta call in regular or something, dog. Can you good? Now you on mute. You on mute now. Now you on mute. All right, now you good.
All right, can you hear me now, bro?
Loud and clear. Talk to me. Loud. I mean, all right, JD, you killing me. You're killing me right now. Killing me right now. So, all right, there we go. But anyway, man. Yeah, Charlo, man. Look, man. That it was what it was. Hopefully that shit don't go nowhere. Hopefully that shit gets resolved between Charlo and Wilder, man. I don't want to see them guys have any kind of bad blood with each other. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. At the end of the day, it's not no love lost. It won't be no love lost. So yeah, let's get on to this Andre Ward and Eddie Hearn. We kind of caught me off guard because I thought Andre would be on the side of the fighter. Like what else do you want Dylan White to do? I mean, he just waiting for his time, and hopefully, if he beats this guy Otto Wallin, then he can get a fight with Tyson Fury. Let me see what that tweet is, because they went on and on and on. Yeah, that nigga Fowler got his ass beat. Fight got his ass beat, boy. Let me see. Don't cheat. No. Yeah. I guess I gotta find it under Andre Ward. SOG. Let me see. I agree. Well, this is why it is. No. Oh, that was a good challenge. Andre Ward. That's an option. Here he can do whatever he wants. All right, here we go. Eddie Hearn. As fans, we should be calling for Tyson Fury versus Dylan White. Imagine the build-up. Imagine the fight. It does over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Live Stadium. That is the fight. The winner fights the winner of Usyk versus Joshua. Andre Ward came out and said, "Eddie, stop it." I didn't understand that, but he went on to say that at this time, Fury can do whatever he wants at this point. He doesn't need any other fighter. If he chooses to fight a few more years or take a few more fights and walk, it's totally up to him. One thing you can't argue is there are not many real challenges left. And look, I get that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Dylan White would beat Tyson Fury, but I think that Dylan White is due a title shot. And I know a lot of you guys are like, Mike, Dylan White lost to perfection. Shit, that's not my responsibility to drop him in the rankings. That's the WBC responsibility. And according to a recent interview done with Fight Hype, at the end of a press conference, that they asked him about Dylan White, and he said that they had like 28 days to negotiate the undisputed, and if not, then the Wilder Fury winner has to fight Dylan White. So that's where we stand with that. Going out to 409, talk to me.
Hey, it's JD again, bro.
JD, what's going on, bro?
Hey, not much, bro. Not much. What's up, PYP?
What up, baby?
He said, "What up, man?"
Well, I wanted to ask 2 questions, bro. I wanted to see what y'all thought, because I don't think y'all touched on it yet. What y'all think about the end of the fight? You know, the whole sportsmanship thing. Do you agree with the way Wilder handled it, or what do y'all think he should have did? You know. And then another question is, you know, I heard CYP earlier. You know, we getting this back into this count thing, right? You know, is that enabling, like, because I honestly feel like this, right? I feel like a bunch of different YouTubers and I feel like he got a lot of yes men around him. You know what I'm saying? I guess my last question is this, Mike. I want to know what you feel about this, because I know you've been a huge Wilder supporter for a long time, right? Absolutely. How do you feel about him saying, I only need 2 seconds? Because the way I'm gonna tell you how I took it. You know, he said they got to be perfect for 12 rounds. All I need is 2 seconds. That's telling me that, you know, the way I interpret that is you don't got to work hard no more. Like you don't got to work on other things, on your skills. You know what I'm saying? On your craft. You don't have to do that, because you got all you need is these 2 seconds. That's how I interpret it. But you as a fan, how do you interpret that?
I interpret it as stuck in your ways, stuck believing of the hype. And the one thing, as CYP, you know, as an athlete, JD, you know too, the worst thing you can do as an athlete is starting doing fucking smelling yourself. Start feeling yourself. Start believing everything you're hearing around you. Start falling into the hype. I don't give a fuck how good you are. You still got to put it in work. Kobe Bryant still got up every morning at 5 o'clock. He did it over a 10-year stretch. He said, if I can do it over 10 years, these niggas can't catch up. Ain't no way they gonna catch up with me. I've been doing it too long. And that just goes back to the hard work. How great you want to be. You want to be great for that 2 seconds, or you want to be great for 12 rounds?
Well, for me,
go ahead. The first part of that question, man, y'all can take that away about how y'all think he should have handled the end of the fight, and then I'll be tuning in, bro.
All right, JD, thanks for calling in. CYP,
right.
Take it away.
Yeah, for the 2 punch, 2 seconds. The reason why that came apart was because he had fought Fury in the first fight, was missing, and every time he connected, he felt like Fury was done. That's where that phrase came from. That's where that came from. So for me, that's not that big of a deal for me. So I'm like, I get that. That's where it came from. That's what he means. Excuse my voice. I lost that shit. But that's where it came from. He hit Fury twice. Fury went down. All I got to do is be perfect for 2 seconds. That's where that came from. If you notice, since the second fight, in preparation for the third fight, he's never said that again. But it was such a powerful and catchy phrase that people keep repeating it. And they're using it against him as if that was something he was saying, period. Like, no, he said that for Fury's ass because he believed that for Fury's ass. He didn't believe that before. He was just, Fury was dancing around, running around, bomb, you're down. Fury running around, dancing around, bomb, you're down again. If you look at this last fight, it was similar to 2 seconds. All I got to do is be here for 2 seconds. Bomb, but Fury kept getting up. Now it's like, damn, I need to do more work because that man keeps getting up. So I don't take it as literal as a lot of people do because, honestly, in boxing, great phrases, like, they help you as a boxer. They help your popularity. They help you. Mike Tyson said a whole bunch of catchy shit. A whole bunch of catchy shit that don't even make sense. But it's spinal. I think I broke my back. It's spinal. That didn't make no sense. And then he was talking about when I hit him, he was screaming like a little girl. What do you mean? Like a girl. Like, there are certain things that just don't make sense, but they funny as hell. And then Mike Tyson went on to get his ass whooped. But nobody said, go ahead.
I want to eat his kids.
Yeah. I want to eat his kids. Shit that don't make no sense, but we still remember him 30 years later. So that, all I need is 2 seconds, it's going to go down in history because we still remember it. Now, when it comes to the enabling, I do believe that it does. And I'm saying this because I told you, Mike, on the live fight chat, I wish that it wouldn't be. I wish the referee would have looked at the lady and let Fury get up at 10. That way that disappears. I wish that the referee would have counted Wilder out and gave him 10 seconds. That way that disappears. Don't give nobody no reason to not accept nothing because every excuse is legitimate if it can be proven. So when they look at the clock and they put a clock on the goddamn shit and you see, damn, it was 15 seconds. You'd be like, damn, it's legitimate. Even though it may not have mattered, it's legitimate. If you look and say, well, Wilder was up at 8, but he waved it off. Damn, he should have gave him a 10 count. There's too many reasons. The only legitimate reason that I have for any of the 3 fights was that floppy ass glove. You're going to see CYP tell you live on air. The only legitimate reason I have for any fight, legitimate, that you can prove, without a fact that does not matter, is those floppy ass gloves. We all seen it, whether you're a Wilder fan, Fury fan, or AJ fan. It don't matter. You saw that glove flapping. Now, why does that matter? If Fury doesn't get points for landing them floppy jabs that he was throwing, all it takes is Wilder to win 1 extra round on the scorecards. He wins the first fight. If Fury doesn't want to fight in a rematch, Wilder moves on with his career. There's no draw. He's not even tripping on Fury. So a lot of that comes back to that floppy ass glove, not anything else that can't be proven, because I'm not saying my man's lying. I'm just saying he can't prove it. I go with the stuff I can prove because I'm never going to get more mad for a man that's making $40 million, $30 million a fight and be screaming and arguing with people over that man. Hell no. Hell no. We did that for 2 years, man. I ain't doing that no more. CYP has retired from arguing and screaming for a man who's almost worth $100 million all praise is due to that man making that money. That's what he's fighting for, to be $100 millionaire, to be a legend. He reached legendary status with this fight that just happened. My man worth $100 million now. Man, CYP ain't got to defend Wilder no more. Wilder has become legendary and got his respect amongst boxers. Because before this, boxers didn't really respect him. Lennox Lewis didn't really respect him. He liked him. George Foreman didn't really respect him. He liked him. Roy Jones didn't really respect him. He liked him. Andre Ward didn't really respect him. He liked him. Now they respect that man. He can't ask for nothing more. He gonna redeem himself, and what he does in the future has nothing to do with us. But every time he fights, I'm gonna support him because I'm a Bond Squad representative and supporter forever, win or lose.
Absolutely, man. I'm right there with you. And like you said, man, like he got a long time, long career left, bro. These guys fight to what, 41, 42 years old. We just seen Vlad fight to 41, 42. Right. I think Luis Ortiz, damn, they're getting up there in age too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, it ain't gonna be too many more guys that is taller and is just way bigger than Wilder. So I'm excited to see what the second part behind the Fury trilogy has in store for Wilder. And with you, I'm still gonna support, still gonna buy pay-per-views, still gonna be doing shows about Wilder, because as you can see, these are some of the hottest topics in the world. Like AJ lost, cool. Wilder lose, oh, you motherfucker! Oh, damn. Now, like everybody come out the woodwork to either dig a grave for Wilder, say he's done, say he should retire, say he's finished, oh, he don't know what he's doing, oh, he took too many punishment. Like he can't win for losing with some people. Either you mad at him because he's mad that the towel came in. Oh, you mad at him because he took too much punishment. Like make your mind up, man. Make your mind up.
I forgot. They told me in the chat the second question was about the sportsmanship. I forgot about the sportsmanship shit. I forgot. Those two men don't really like each other. So why does it matter? AJ walked out the ring and did not do an interview for Usyk. Nobody cared. I've noticed that I always judge y'all. I check y'all temperature based on how y'all act before. So if you didn't trip before, I'm not paying attention to y'all tripping now. If any of y'all mad that Wilder didn't stay in the ring and do an interview, y'all can kiss my ass, because y'all didn't complain when your fighter do it and it don't say nothing. Y'all don't say nothing. So kiss my black ass. I don't care. They didn't shake his hand or walked out the ring. So what? They don't like each other. They don't like each other. I can tell you, when men genuinely don't like each other, doesn't matter if one thinks it's a game or not. Wilder took it serious. I don't like this man. Fury, you made people believe you don't like him either. So the handshake is irrelevant. Who cares? And a lot of y'all are seem to be caring about some sportsmanship, but y'all didn't care when he was giving the middle finger to his wife. Y'all didn't care when they were talking about F each other's mothers. Y'all didn't care about none of that. Y'all didn't care about none of that shit. But y'all care so much about a handshake at the end. Stop it. Y'all capping. Y'all ain't gonna get me involved in that bullshit. I know y'all don't really care.
And you talk about two guys who've been going to war for damn near 3 years. Damn near 3 years. Fuck your mama, fuck you, fuck this, fuck. Nigga said, fuck your mama? You think it's gonna be some cool shit happening? Nah, man. It is what it is. I don't expect them guys to get in the ring and saying kumbaya with each other and everything be all great. Hell no. Maybe down the line, 2 or 3 years later, when everything can, you know what I'm saying, dial down and while they have some other kind of success. But right now, nah. I don't expect that from anybody. Just like Charlo stayed on Cole and said Wilder stayed on. I know. If it's fuck you before the fight and you just beat me, what you think is gonna be after the fight? Ain't no sportsmanship, dog. All that sportsmanship, I never understood it. I never understood why I had to line up and shake a team hand after they just beat us by 30 fucking points. Never understood that shit in my fucking life. Why? To show that I'm a good sport, man. Fuck that. I hate losing. But anyway, man, that's just me.
No, I 100% agree.
Did JD again? JD, this you again? Hey, what's up, man? Hello? Hey, that nigga butt calling me or some shit. I don't know. Well, look, man.
Oh, let me say this. Let me say this. George Foreman weighed 220 pounds versus Ali, 220. I know y'all probably think he weighed way more because he was big, and you're thinking about the other George Foreman who came back from retirement. Ali never had to face nobody who was great that was 40 pounds heavier. I'm sorry. As I love Ali, Muslim brother, got him on my wall. As a matter of fact, I'm an Ali fan in and outside the ring. He's my favorite boxer of all time. Next is Roy Jones Jr. Never ever would I disrespect that man because he's a role model to me. But he never had to fight dudes that goddamn big. And there's a reason, because boxing is made for weight classes. That Fury just may be the best champion because he's the biggest, not necessarily because he's the best. Vladimir, you realize how big Vlad was? He was the biggest. You realize how big Lennox Lewis was? He was the biggest. It's not a coincidence that these big ass dudes learn how to box and they become champion in the heavyweight division. Not the biggest welterweight, not the biggest middleweight, but the biggest heavyweight. They literally always seem to become champion because that weight matters when you get to fight a dude who's 200 pounds, 201 pounds, 210, 215, 220. That ain't no goddamn same weight class. Look at football. Look at football. You got a tight end who's 6'3", 212, and a tight end like Gronk who's 6'6", 260. They aren't the same. That ain't the same. Them two dudes are not going to be as dominant the same. They're two different people, even though they play the same position. You know damn well them two dudes ain't the same. Just like running back. Just because you play running back don't mean you Derrick Henry. You asking Deontay Wilder to go up against Derrick Henry in the hole. Nah. He did his best because he got a great stiff arm. He got good moves. But going straight into that hole bomb with Derrick Henry, you're probably going to lose. Wilder, to me, in my opinion, I say this shit with my heart. Wilder does not lose to the normal Fury who fought everybody else. The only Fury that can beat Deontay Wilder is the 280-pound version of Fury. 250 Fury bouncing around, doing all that dancing, that skill that y'all talk about. Skillful Fury arguably loses to Fury. You loses to Wilder 5 times out of 10. That's the Fury that I'm used to. This big ass Fury, I have no idea where he's going. I don't know what he's gonna do. And for the person who said that Wallin did better than Wilder, you're an idiot because Fury only weighed 250 some pounds versus Wallin. That was not the same 280-pound Fury that's fought Wilder twice. Learn your boxing. Learn your boxing. Weight matters.
All right. Well, we got a full panel down. Let's go out to Ralphie first. What's going on, Ralphie?
How you doing? How you doing, fellas? How you doing, fellas? It would be wrong of me not to come, at this sad time. It'd be wrong of me not to come over and talk about it. Talk about it, man.
Just mute my mic, mute my damn mic. I don't want this nigga triggering me. I don't want to be losing my voice. Mute me while Ralphie talk.
How you doing, baby? Okay, Mike.
What's going on, man? We got news that Deontay Wilder is not going to retire. I posed the question: Do you guys believe that Wilder will ever be a heavyweight champion again? And we've just been talking about the long count and Fury just simply being the bigger, better fighter.
I want to talk about the cardio, man.
What about it?
Where was it?
It was gone after round 2. It seemed to me. I never seen Wilder with an output that high in round 1. So with that being said, I knew that game plan wasn't going to be conducive for a 12-round victory. You can't for a guy who's never punched 60-some punches in round 1 to do that. It just seemed a little off to me.
Yeah, I mean that was my first impression. Wilder came out throwing that with that high output, and he looked like he was throwing everything in every shot. You knew from that that he wasn't gonna last long. You can't go out there in the first round throwing everything in every shot, especially after you've put on what? After you've put on 8 pounds more than last time. And last time was, what, almost 20 pounds more than the time before. You know what I'm saying? You can't go out there with that extra bulk and put that kind of output in the first round. And then next thing you know, 2 rounds later, 1 round later, you're blowing. Man's blowing. It was really shocking to me. And I think that I tried to think what do you attribute an athlete, what should be an elite athlete, blowing his cardio in 2 rounds. It's just shocking to me. So I think it was an emotional as well as a physical thing. I don't think it was just a physical thing. I think it was an emotional thing as well. I mean, I think it was an emotional thing, almost self-sabotage, throwing everything into every punch in the first round. That, to me, that's emotional as well. It was not methodical. It was emotional. And I'm not saying if you'd have kept it methodical, it would have been any better. It's just like it seemed to me like a man who felt that he couldn't win. So I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind and hope for the best.
By attacking the body?
Hey, kill the body and the head will fall.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now look, I agree with the cardio. I don't know about emotionally. I don't know about that, but it just seemed to me that his output was just too much, and it just wasn't going to be able to keep that up for 12 rounds. Maybe some kind of energy dump happened. I don't know. I wasn't expecting to see him look so fatigued so early on. So they gotta fix that, because that's really never been an issue for Wilder. Like, we never talked about Wilder's cardio. We never talked about Wilder being fatigued. We've never said that. That's been an AJ topic, and that's pretty much it in heavyweight division. Everybody else seems to have pretty good cardio. So for Wilder to come out and not have it was very, very surprising.
Extremely surprising. But we have talked about it before, Mike. We talked about it the last time. We talked about it the last time.
He got hit in the back of the head that threw out his equilibrium. Like the first punch that landed in the second fight was behind the head.
Yeah, but we were talking about the footwork, the poor footwork in the last fight.
Yeah, but cardio though, like footwork and cardio are two different things.
Okay. But the commonality between the last fight and this fight was the footwork as well, wasn't it?
The commonality between this fight and the last fight was a motherfucker coming in 270 pounds plus and outweighing somebody about 40 pounds. That's the commonality.
But there was also a commonality with the footwork. Once again, we saw weak legs.
You can say that.
Second time. You know, that's a commonality. I'm not gonna labor the point about why he was working his upper body instead of the lower body, but you know, we have to touch on that as well. What the hell is it with this bench pressing? Why not the squats? Maybe we talked about it before. I don't know.
See why? That's a perfect segue to you. Why bench press and not squat?
Because, like I told you, it's the difference between push and press, push and pull, push and pull. The whole point is to keep him off of you. Like, you keep him off of you when he's laying on top of you. You don't squat him off of you. Do you know what squatting Fury off of you, how tired that will make you? Do you know what makes you more tired? Doing 100 rounds of bench press or 100 squats? What makes you more tired?
Yeah, squats.
100 squats make you much more tired. So to keep a big dude off of you, to make your upper body stronger, to be able to push him off, is much more conducive to keeping him off of you, and you still being at least having enough energy, at least so you think, to have enough energy to move forward. It's very, very hard. It's not as easy as y'all think it is. Okay. It's 100% not as easy as y'all think it is to get stronger and keep your cardio. The best way to do it is to put strength on the upper body.
Right.
If you don't want to lose so much endurance.
Okay, so How about this theory, right? So as you're standing up, pushing someone off you, it's not just the chest and the arms. You're working with the legs now. You need the legs. The legs are equally important. If you're pushing someone off you while you're standing up, your legs are of equal importance.
So I actually, if Wilder, if Wilder if Wilder was squatting, how much would you think he would have weighed coming to the fight if he was squatting?
If he was squatting, well, if he was, I have no idea.
I think he would have weighed a lot more. And the more he weighs, the less movement he's going to have, the less endurance he's going to have. Like you got to pick. You can't have both. You can't say, "Oh, we want you to do all these squats, but we want you to have more endurance." That shit ain't going to work. This ain't going to work at all.
He could have gone 50-50. So he could have come in at the exact same weight, gone 50-50. 50-50.
Yeah, but most people hold most of their weight in their legs.
Yeah.
Most people hold most of it. So if he came in 7 pounds heavier, just from going heavy on the arms, he goes equally. He takes that away, puts that shit on his legs. That 7 pounds is like 13 to 15 pounds.
All right.
And he comes in even heavier. The question is, can he be as quick on his feet to get the hell out the way? Because now he can't push Fury off. He got to get out the way. So getting out the way is harder now because he has more thickness in his thighs. It's harder to get out the way the thicker you are. Easier to get out the way the skinnier you are on the bottom half. So it's almost like, what is he supposed to do when he's fighting a dude that big? He got to pick one.
But Wilder is remarkably skinny in the leg area, in the leg department.
Right.
So him putting on 7 pounds, is not going to impede him too much because he's extremely skinny down there in the first place. So that's not going to impede him too much. Okay, so my position is that to push a man off you, it's equally important to have strong legs. You can't do it with weak legs. No matter how strong your upper half is, if you're working with a weak foundation in the legs, you're building on a faulty foundation. That's my hypothesis. That's my position.
There's two things. When you squat, say, because he's trying to build muscle, he's trying to get his legs stronger. Injuries happen a lot when people squat, especially when they're 30 plus years old. A lot of injuries come for 30 plus years old when you try to squat. Wilder is an extremely tall man, extremely tall. Those squats would have to be extremely far down and a long way up. He can get injured much more easier by doing all them squats than he could by doing all that bench press.
But
go ahead.
You're a trainer. You know full well you could substitute the squats for lunges, walking lunges.
But that at the same time, there we go again. Are you trying to have him carry Fury somewhere? Or are you trying to have him get Fury off of him?
Okay, so my position is that you have to build your foundation, the foundation of the legs. If you're standing up in a sport like boxing, the foundation of the legs, you have to build them. If you say you don't like squats for him because he's so tall, there are alternatives. There are alternative ways to build the whole hip, leg, ass area.
I look at it like this. Roy Jones Jr. skinny ass legs. He had no problems. He had no problems when he moved up to fight Ruiz. He didn't put all his weight on his legs to go fight John Ruiz. He didn't do that. Manny Pacquiao got them thick ass legs and got his ass whooped by a little leg Mayweather. Okay, it's not about what they look like. It's about how strong they are. We're assuming that Wilder's legs are weak because he's skinny. We're
assuming that they're weak because of the lack of coordination we have seen displayed in his last few fights.
Yes, against a man who's 280 pounds.
Yeah, against anybody else, like you could say he had bad footwork, but the balance or coordination never been a problem.
No.
Like, I get what you're saying, Ralphie. I understand too. Like maybe against Fury, he should have maybe try to get his legs stronger. Like I said yesterday, he probably should do some football type shit. Have somebody on a sled and him just push their ass back. You know what I'm saying? To get it stronger. But that's neither here nor there. Like it's over with. Like we're gonna see how Wilder comes back from that. Let me ask you, Ralphie.
Well, let me ask you this though. Please remember what you're gonna say, because what I'm about to ask you is directly related to what we've just been saying, but it's a different area. How the hell do you expect to cut out two of the core movements of any champion boxer? How the hell do you expect to cut them out and prosper and fare well? How the hell can you cut out running and skipping?
I don't know that he has. I don't know that he has cut out running and skipping. Maybe he don't run as much as he should, but I've heard, you know what I'm saying, he has a track coach that he does some kind of road work, some kind of track work.
He said himself that he don't run and he don't skip. We've seen him started skipping. But he said himself on more than one occasion that he don't run and he don't skip.
And Ralphie, he's been successful in 90-something% of his fights doing exactly that. You want a man who naturally weighs 220-something pounds to get out there and do roll, rope, skip, and jump. How much do you think he would weigh? Like, how much do you think Wilder would weigh if he did road work like an average heavyweight? How much do you think he would weigh?
So what you're basically saying to me is that he's a cruiserweight.
Yes, he's always been a cruiserweight. That's what makes Wilder great. I'm glad you said that. That's why I always had him on pound for pound, because he's lighter than Usyk naturally. Him and Usyk are the same weight. Usyk just takes advantage of it and says, I'm going to fight a cruiserweight. Wilder says, I don't give a shit how big you are. I'm fighting whoever. He fights at heavyweight. Both of those men, remember, Wilder put on weight to be in the 230s. On weight. That means naturally he don't weigh that much. So it is what it is. He's a naturally light man.
But he's compromised because he's cutting out because for the bulk of his career, he cut out 2 of the foundation exercises.
But the only reason you're saying
because he plays heavyweight, because he fights at heavyweight. That's what he has to do. He has to be big enough to help. He can't be 200 pounds now. He can't be 200 pounds fighting against dudes who 230, 240, and then be 210 or 215 versus a dude who's 270, 280. Like, you can't have it all. Come on, man.
YCYP said the man's been successful 41 fights.
But then he comes a cropper. But then you pay the
yes,
you have to pay the price. You have to pay the price eventually. You cut out the foundation movements, and eventually you have to pay the price.
That's not why he lost, dog. That's not why he lost. That's not why he lost.
Ralphie, in any other division, if a man opponent is 40 pounds bigger than him, would fighter B win? Like, come on, man.
I acknowledge that Fury's in a different weight class. I acknowledge that. He's in a whole different weight class.
But against everybody else, Wilder's been successful. And we'll see going forward against Andy Ruiz, hopefully Dylan White, hopefully Anthony Joshua, hopefully Usyk. I want to see Wilder fight all those guys.
You know,
let's see if Fury is the anomaly, or if those guys can expose Wilder too.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying? To underline the point, I'm saying that if you cut out foundation movements, key foundation movements like running and skipping, at some point you're gonna have to pay the price. You will have to pay the price.
Hey, Mike, Robbie, I hear you. My man lost to one dude his entire career, man. And everybody, you know what's funny? Didn't y'all say ain't nothing wrong with a loss? Ali got losses. Tyson got losses. Lee Lewis got losses.
There is nothing wrong with a loss. There is nothing wrong with it.
It seems like it is.
I tell you what the problem is. If you're getting battered from pillar to post 2 times back to back, and taking more punishment than he needed to take in the last one, by the way.
Yeah, against a dude.
Punishment.
Remember the part that let you leave it out. Against a dude who outweighs you by 40 pounds, who's laying on you. Don't forget that part. He's laying on him.
And don't forget the part where your corner is supposed to save you. Don't forget that part, because he took unnecessary damage in that fight.
Man, hey, listen. You don't care more about Wilder than his corner do, than I do, or his fans do. If we are okay with what happened, you should be okay with it. Okay, Wilder's doing all right. All right.
Wilder's doing very
okay.
Well. He's doing very well. He's doing very, very well. But the corner is there for a purpose, and I think they neglected the duty.
Okay.
I won't say no more on it. I won't say no more on that because it's them. I won't say no more on it. But you saw what happened, and that was unnecessary.
No, I don't know. I don't know because I'm a warrior myself. And I don't want nobody breaking up. I don't want nobody breaking up a fight that I'm getting my ass whooped in. But they didn't break up the fight when I was whooping his ass. No, if he could take his ass whooping, so could I. If my partners know that for one, they probably gonna jump in because we from California. We don't play that shit. Like we don't sit back and watch our homeboys get their ass whooped. We don't play that shit.
Correct.
But let's just say it's one-on-one. It's friend versus friend. And I whooped my friend ass last week. He come back and whoop my ass. I'm just taking my ass whooping. I don't expect them to break it up for me, but then break it up for him. Like, why you let me whoop on him? But I can't take my ass whooping? No, I can take my ass whooping. Wilder come from that same Alabama cloth, like we kindred spirits. He might too. If you take that ass whooping, you take it. And then you move on to another day.
And there's a reason there's a third man in the ring.
Right. We forgot that part.
He got a job to do. If the referee felt at any time, which he did around the 11th, that Wilder was taking too much punishment, he would have stopped the fight. And as soon as Fury knocked him down, and he see how Wilder landed on the canvas, he did his job, did what he was paid to do, and stopped the fight. That's the referee's job too. The corner always, and we've seen it with Gabriel Flores Jr. They gonna believe that they finally can get the job done no matter what. Oh, we got a puncher's chance. That's the age-old saying in boxing. And every now and again, you'll get a 10th round knockout. You'll get a spectacular knockout. You'll get a Zapata Bradford with Zapata look finished, get knocked down 4 times, then come back and knock out Bradford. Like you will get those kind of fights. Sometimes you just gotta let it play out. And it played out how it played out. But Ams, talk to me, man. I see you over there all quiet and shit.
Yeah, I don't know how your show works. So I just start cutting in, or you gonna let them finish the argument. But yeah, in regards to what Ralphie said about the stoppage and that, I felt like it was gonna play like that no matter what. He gave those guys, he made it specific to them. Upon hiring them, don't stop the fight. So they did their job. Keep getting those checks, Malik. In regards to the weightlifting stuff for Wilder, I really don't think that was the issue. I really feel his defense is the issue. When Fury hurt Wilder, he could keep hitting him. When Wilder hurt Fury, even though he followed up, dropped him, a lot of the shots, follow-up shots, he was missing them.
Yeah.
And that's due to Fury's natural defense. Wilder, I felt like they should be working more on, all right, forget what are we going to do if he gets you in that position again? Forget pushing. If you get there, what are we going to do? How are we going to attack from the inside? How are we going to defend from the inside? That's what I feel like they should have been working on. And maybe they didn't have enough time. Maybe they were working on it. But it is what it is. The fight done, and it's just another chapter in boxing. I want to see Wilder come back. I want to see more of his fights. I really do. I don't think he's going to win another title unless it's a vacant situation where, for example, someone becomes undisputed and then vacates all the belts. Because just look at the queue. Let's just be real. All right, we got Dylan White. We got Otto Wallin and Dylan White. If he wins, he gets the WBC side. AJ and Usyk on the other side. I don't know if Dylan White and Fury are going to negotiate to get a rematch clause. I don't think so.
Yeah, Mando.
Yeah, he's going to fight. Probably going to go for the Mando to get more money. Usyk and Fury going to have like 2 fights. Or AJ Fury, whoever it is, they're going to be another 2 fights. And then how can you just say, Wilder, you're in front of the queue, even though the queue's been building for years, you know? So
it depends on what Wilder does.
I feel if AJ wins,
in between whoever wins with Usyk and AJ, and they fight Fury, and Wilder's able to knock off guys like Andy Ruiz, possibly a Dylan White, because he's gonna want to get back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Right after a loss to Fury.
But look.
What? No, really?
Look at the order. Look at the order of how things go. They're gonna have the only way I see Wilder having the fight is if they pick him. Like if Usyk picks him up upon beating Fury and says, "I want the money fight in America," or if AJ beats him and says, "I want the money fight." If Fury keeps winning and it becomes a vacant situation, yeah, all fair game. But just the way the heavyweight division has been going on, is clogged up. Hergovich got the IBF. He's next. Dylan's for the WBC. Usyk just took the WBO, and then we know Joyce is after him.
Yeah.
WBA, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe Alka Finaga's something over there. I don't know, but
WBA, they said something was going to be a mandatory for the WBA.
I don't know if they might even push. Don King might work his magic and get Trevor Barra in a title shot. I don't know, but in regards to that stuff, like I just want to see the fights. I don't care about the belts. Like I'm of the mindset like people say, oh, I've been watching boxing a long time. People say Fury's the best. Bro, you see the best guys get clapped. He's still the best. He just like Lennox Lewis to me was the best heavyweight of his era. He lost to Oliver McCall and Asim Ratman. Doesn't mean they're better than him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to see the fights, whether it's Fury against anyone or just the ones that we haven't seen. Wilder versus Andy, Wilder versus Philip Hergovich, Sanchez versus White, AJ versus Hunter. Like, there's plenty of action to go around. I think they should just keep it going.
Can I ask
Make
a question?
money. Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Go
This is the whole panel. How does Wilder come back? What kind of levels are we talking about him fighting? What level of fighter does he come back to? Does he go straight to the higher up, the top 5, top 7, in a Ruiz, or does he come back against a Hergovic? Where should he come back in?
Let me answer this because I gotta go. Basically, I think it makes sense just to go give him a warm-up fight, maybe an Areola, something nice, knock out Areola, then go for Andy because same side and pay-per-view money, and it will get you a high ranking as well. There's no point wasting time like trying to fight other guys with names. Andy got a name, but he got the fanfare to go with the name, so it just makes sense. Or fight Hellenius for the ranking position. That's it. That's what I see.
That's what you do. You go look at the rankings and you decide who's up there and you fight them. It's simple. Just because us fans, like I said earlier, just because we may not want this or we may not want that, it doesn't matter what the fuck we want. We need to get off our high horse. It don't matter what we want. Y'all said y'all didn't want the third fight. That shit just happened. Probably did great numbers and we all talking about it. It don't matter what we want. It matters what can be provided, what can be negotiated. It's true. Wilder has a whole year before they can call any mandatories, before whatever. That's a whole year to pick out who he wants to fight and put himself in position for 2023 to fight for a belt as a mandatory. You can't stop a mandatory from fighting unless he agreed that it's okay that you go ahead and fight. Wilder's not going to agree to let whoever holds whatever organization belt to say, okay, yeah, y'all go ahead. No. You keep saying about these rematches. These rematches only get approved if the mandatories are cool with it. If the mandatories ain't cool with it, rematches don't mean nothing. That's why they always do it so quickly. When they say, I'm going to fight you in January and I'm going to fight you in May. That's why they do it so quickly, because they know after the fight in January, I only get a certain amount of months where I don't have to fight again for this belt or say that belt. So they try to do it quickly. Wilder got a whole year. Wilder can have a whole year. Fight Andy Ruiz, who don't have a belt. Fight White, who don't have a belt. Fight Parker, whoever, who don't have a belt. And then once all that's said and done, the mandatories will be being called. Wilder moved up the rankings. 2023, Wilder's fighting for a title. It's kind of simple. Kind of simple.
And real quick, I'm gonna go to the fight doctor. I think y'all missing the most obvious reason. Let's just say Deontay Wilder and Fury come in and they get over $1 million pay-per-view buys, and Wilder goes into a fight and beats Andy Ruiz on pay-per-view, which that does 600, 700K. That proves right there that Wilder is money. He's a money man in the heavyweight division in the States. I don't care who you are in the heavyweight division. You are looking for big money fights, whether you're AJ, whether you're White, whether you're any of those, Usyk, he's going to want a big money fight. Right. And I don't know if Fury's fanfare is going to go with him. Maybe over in the UK. I don't know how big of a star Fury is in the States right now. I mean, I know he just did a great fight with Wilder, but again, is he a bigger star than Wilder in the US? I don't know.
That's what I heard. Is that not true?
I don't think so. But no. Talk to me. What's going on? I'm mute.
Yo, Fight Doctor's in the house on Rick James status as always. Thank you for having me, gentlemen, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Fight Doctor.
Good afternoon, sir. So, listen, I think that based on what we saw Saturday, there's a lot of chatter about how this fight is one of the best heavyweight contests of all time. People are talking in those terms. So I think that Deontay Wilder, even though he lost, he showed a tremendous amount of heart in the process. And I would bet that he has gained a lot of fans. And I think now, in his loss, is more marketable. Because win or lose, Deontay Wilder comes to fight, do or die. As compared to another guy who recently lost against a cruiserweight who, could have.
Why don't we just keep this Wilder? Why don't we just keep this Wilder?
Okay.
Talking about Wilders.
Nobody interrupted you, Ralphie. Nobody interrupted you. I'm bring you back on, but get that man his proper.
I find it funny that the Anthony Joshua Chilean contingent, they love to talk about Deontay Wilder whenever we're talking about Anthony Joshua, but I can't do the same. But that's okay. That's neither here nor there. I'll say this. I'll just cut to the chase. Listen, their mandatories are due, right, for those belts that Usyk currently holds. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of these sanctioning mobs sticks their head out of a hole and demands that Usyk make a mandatory instead of fulfilling his contractual obligation to.
That won't happen. That won't happen. They got to honor the contract. Those belts are going to be going right into the rematch.
Okay, well, that certainly could be the case, but where these sanctioning organizations are concerned, you really never know. In my casual observation, but I could see a scenario where maybe perhaps at some point in the not too distant future, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder could meet in the ring.
Oh, absolutely.
And right now, my money is on, and it has always been, Deontay Wilder in that fight. I think Wilder knocks Anthony Joshua out, and I think that's the reason why we've never seen that fight, because Anthony Joshua's brain trust understands that Deontay Wilder knocks Anthony Joshua out. And I think from what we saw Saturday, Deontay Wilder knocks Anthony Joshua out. So I just wanted to add that real quick.
Ralphie, take it away.
I thought we were talking about Deontay Wilder's performance on or lack thereof on Saturday. I thought we were doing a breakdown and analysis of Deontay Wilder. I really don't think we have to, it's the time to be talking about Joshua. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time to focus on Wilder. I'm not going to come. Listen, I'm not going to come here and say, oh, Joshua this, Joshua that, because we're not talking about Joshua. We're talking about Wilder.
But real quick, give me 5 seconds. We did ask, could Wilder become a heavyweight champion again? And if so, how? He was just giving his scenario on how Wilder could do it.
Fair enough. Okay, so I'll say my piece. Okay, so I think the priority is getting Wilder back, seeing where he is, seeing how damaged he is. He took a severe battering over his last 2 fights. I think he's got the injury now with the finger, but in all honesty, I think that Wilder now could be a severely compromised fighter. So he could be a severely compromised fighter. And I think
go out on a stretcher?
Excuse me?
Did he go out on did the ambulance back up to the ring?
Okay, Mike. Okay, so
you talking about like how can you know that without seeing him fight again?
Well, all right. So that's where I'm going. Let's say we don't know. He might be fine. He might be fine and dandy. He might be in rude health. He might be absolutely tickety-boo next time around. But what I'm saying I envisage him coming in against test the guy out. Don't throw him into an elite fight again. He needs his confidence to be rebuilt. He needs rebuilding. Deontay Wilder now should be in a reconstruction phase, because remember, he came out and said he's reborn, but he wasn't reborn. Yeah. So maybe the next time around, he may truly be reborn. He thought he was reborn, but it turns out he wasn't. So now more reconstruction, and maybe he will achieve his goal of actually being reborn. CYP. I thought you wanted to talk. Okay.
Man. You know what's funny, man? I blame the fight doctor, because what you did was you made that old man like pissing his diaper a little bit. A little bit of pee came out, and now he upset. Man, it's like anybody mention anything about AJ, it's a problem. Like me and him been going at it for years because AJ done lost 2 times to a dude, to 2 dudes he shouldn't have lost to. This is just fact. Wilder lost 2 times to a dude he was the underdog against. This is also fact. Now I find it funny. Oh, and dude was rated #1 heavyweight that he lost to. That is also fact. It's just crazy to me how nobody else is saying that Wilder can't beat AJ, or Wilder can't beat Ruiz, or Wilder can't beat White. But it needs to go into reconstruction. Even though everybody who's a betting man and loves boxing and talks boxing says Wilder beats everybody but Fury. That's what they're saying. That includes Anthony Joshua. That includes Glassjaw Josh. That includes him, okay?
Glassjaw Josh hasn't been doing too. He's fought heavier hitters than. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about Joshua. I'll leave that to you guys. I'm going to mute myself.
I don't get what that comment was. That was weird. He's fought heavy hitters. He just lost to a dude Usyk who doesn't even have a heavyweight knockout yet. That's weird. And anyway. The bottom line is people don't agree with you.
Heavy hitters, we just seen Ruiz go 12 rounds 10 rounds with Areola. Areola got knocked out by Wilder. Ruiz was able to knock out Joshua. He wasn't able to knock out goddamn Areola. So is he really that big of a heavy hitter? Like, come on now, I don't know, man. Joshua just might not be able to take a shot. Go ahead.
If this ever turns into, even when Wilder loses, he's still on top of AJ. Even when Wilder loses, he's still on top of AJ. Like, if we gonna turn it into a Wilder versus AJ show, it ain't gonna last long because neither one of them got belts, but one of them lost to a better man. It's almost like that. That's why I always put in other sports. Other sports always help you see reality because boxing fans be on that bullshit. If this was track and field, Wilder just lost the gold medal to Fury, but he still beat AJ. Like AJ took a copper.
I like your confidence. I like
he took like copper.
Cats love to talk. You cats. I'm not going to talk about AJ. I'm just going to respond to what you're saying. You guys love to talk this rhetoric. Oh, Wilder beats AJ. Wilder beats AJ. The fight hasn't happened, but you know that Wilder's going to beat AJ. I'm not going to talk, but I want to leave it to you guys because that's patently ridiculous. But I'm not going to get into it. You guys carry on.
Hey, but I thank you for letting us carry on. I look at it like this. Look at the betting odds. Ask your friends. Don't ask your family because they probably Jamaican, Nigerian like your ass. And they probably, gonna vote for AJ. Yeah. Ask somebody waiting. Ask somebody neutral. Ask neutral people. Ask the people in the chat. Ask the people in the chat. Just ask random people who they think will win in the fight between AJ and Wilder.
You don't
the dude who's afraid, who's really afraid to take a punch now. Because that's what it looks like. The dude is afraid to take a punch now, or the dude willing to take a punch now. But you notice that to hit Wilder, you have to be willing to take a punch too. Andy Ruiz was willing, Luis Ortiz was willing to punch Wilder. That's why he got knocked out. And Fury was willing to punch Wilder. That's why he won. How the hell AJ gonna win if he ain't willing to punch Wilder? You gotta be willing to take Wilder's punches to hit him. He ain't no punching bag without hitting you back. There ain't nobody who to beat up Wilder without hitting the canvas. Nobody. So I ask you, how the hell is they supposed to turn into this magician overnight in Alakazam? How the hell he gonna pull that off? It's impossible. AJ cannot beat Wilder. It's impossible.
Okay, you've drawn me in a little bit. All I'm gonna say is this. I'm not gonna play your game. I'm not gonna play the Fight Doctor's game. I'm not gonna play your game. All I'll say is this. You don't even have to go to AJ to find somebody to beat Wilder. Joe Joyce would make him poop in his panties.
All right, man. Joe Joyce. All right.
That's all I'm saying on that. We got John D here waiting patiently.
You see what you're doing, Mike? He don't want no smoke about no AJ because he's gracefully bowing out.
I'm gonna let you Wildets have your little party, poop in your panties, and it's all good.
Gracefully bowing. He's gracefully bowing out.
I'm gonna let you Wildets
on the way out.
JD, talk to me, JD.
Man, I wanted to comment on that. See, you and CYP, y'all kind of went left field with that. I didn't think y'all was gonna go there with the with the sportsmanship thing.
Oh yeah, man, fuck that shit, bro.
Bro,
Man, I'm gonna take some heartbreaking losses, bro. It's tough to shake to stand up and shake the other team, man. It's tough, bro. That's the last thing you want to do.
Okay. Hold on. Well, let me ask you this though. Because I remember
do it. We seen Isaiah Thomas do it. We see like some coaches do it in the NFL. Fuck shaking hands. Like, I mean, it is what it is.
But bro, okay, but there's a process after the fight though. There's a process as far as a post-fight interview. You know what I'm saying? We clowned Adrian Broner when he walked out after he lost to, was it Maidana? He just walked straight out. You know what I'm saying? So the same question, I present the same question.
I do agree. He should have done some kind of post-fight interview. If he,
you don't have to shake. You don't have to shake. Fury hand if you don't want to. But still, there's a process after these fights. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of just skipped that whole process and walked out with your head down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just like the star quarterback got to do an interview after he loses the Super Bowl, or the star NBA player got to do an interview after he loses the NBA Finals. Like you should answer the media. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a process that just has to be done. Like has to be respected, in my opinion.
Now, as far as
your king is here. Where's the king?
Come on, Ralph. Go ahead, JD.
Yeah, he got the jokes. As far as the the process with as far as him shaking his hand and shit like that. Listen, they both said things that that cut deep. You know what I'm saying? They both said some out of the ordinary shit when it comes to talking shit. But at the end of the day, that's why you get in a ring to settle these things. If two little kids in school have a disagreement, you know what I'm saying? Like let's just say some little elementary kids, they got a disagreement. And then you know how we used to do shit, go after school, meet me at the park, you know what I'm saying? You fight it out. And then after the fight, somebody gonna win and somebody gonna lose. And then I don't know how y'all did it where y'all from, but like shit, you duke it out and then shit. I ain't saying you gotta hug it out, but shit, at least shake that man's hand and then go about y'all business.
Friend. If he was my friend, we'd dap it out. But if it was a nigga that I ain't cool with, yeah, bitch ass nigga, yeah. Like, I'm going, yeah. I ain't about to help you up in this. Nah, dust you out. Nah. That ain't And Wilder feel like, bro, I honestly have no issue with him not shaking Fury's hand.
I'm just saying you had that little time frame to do whatever it is you said you know, because this is why I hate the word promise, and he be saying I promise you. I be hoping he stops saying that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because eventually it's gonna bite you in the ass. But you had all that time to figure out, to do what it is you had to do. You came up short. So at the end of the day, man, I mean, I don't know. I disagree with that, man. That man came over to shake your hand. It just seemed like I know I'm cutting deep, CYP, but I'm just saying that man came over. Once he came over to shake your man, he like shake your hand. At that point, he's like, you know what? Let's dead all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Fight is over. Let's go about our business.
Was he like, let's dead all this shit? Or like, yeah, nigga, I whooped your ass. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it like, you feel me? Hey, you know, Fury condescending. You know Fury personality. Like, it's like, oh yeah, all that shit you talking, got your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know how genuine Fury was in coming over. Was it to be uplifted or to rub it in the man's face?
I don't know. What you guys see, P? I saw you.
All right, look. I like the analogy you gave for the kids going at 3 o'clock to go fight. That's a real fight that they fought, though. That's a real fight. You're talking about a boxing match to settle real beef. That would settle real beef. If they really fought in a hotel room in the lobby, if there was a real bump, and one of them got dropped, then I see, okay, yeah, so a boxing match don't settle real beef. It's not supposed to settle real beef. A boxing match is a professional fight. It's not supposed to settle real beef. What makes you think Wilder wants to fight that man with gloves? What makes you think Wilder wants to be in a boxing match with Fury? No, that's the way he can exact his revenge. That's not what he wants to do to Fury. There's a reason why they didn't have a face-off. There's a reason why they didn't let them close to each other, because it's real beef. So if it's real, ain't no need for us to talk, because I don't like you, period. If it's sports beef, shake my hand, because nothing we can do but just run it back. Like say on basketball court, right? Y'all might know all about this. They talk so much shit. God damn. So all they do is talk shit on the basketball court, especially if ain't no referee. All they do is talk shit. But we know they ain't talking shit to fight. They talking shit for the game. So once it's over, dap it up, because it's for the game. But in boxing, it can get out of hand because it's fisticuffs. So a dude like, yo, in all honesty, I'll fight your punk ass for free. That means it's real. That means it's real. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder beef was real. The bitches and the hoes and fuck your mamas, that shit was real. That wasn't fake. Like, it made me want to fight Tyson Fury brother as much as he fucking talks. That dude be running his mouth. His brother be right there calling people bitches and hoes and all this. You ain't even fighting. But that's because the beef is real. So I understand it. It's like,
I totally agree with that. I don't know how that dude ain't get checked. You know what I'm saying? Because he said some shit. You know what I'm saying? I saw that interview, and I think, man, sometimes, the fighters like Tyson Fury had to check his brother on that. Like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? like as long as you don't cross, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and just respect the man life.
Yeah.
Let's say there's nothing disrespectful about Paris. There ain't nothing ever from Team Wilder been condescending about Fury wife.
You heard Team Wilder. You heard Team Wilder say before that incident. You heard Team Wilder say in the back calls "F your mama" to Fury.
Fuck your mama.
Why are you talking about Team Wilder? Like Team Wilder that was what's his name? Tay Jones was saying that. That wasn't Wilder's brother who said that. We said we're going brother and brother. You bring another team member. Like, did his brother say that? Was his brother being disrespectful?
I don't know who said it. Wasn't it Wilder who said it?
No, it was Tay Jones who said, fuck your mother. Wilder was like, fuck you, because Fury was like, fuck you. So, like I say, them two can say what they want to say.
So he brought the man's mother into it. He brought the man's mother into it.
Who's he? A
member of Team Wilder.
Yes, and we're not talking about team, we're talking about family. We're talking about his wife, his brother.
There's no cutoff with family. The family is the team. The team is the family. The team is the family.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Because with Tay,
why is there a cutoff?
I will tell you why. When Tay Jones does his own lives, Wilder ain't around. When Tay Jones was doing his own videos, Wilder wasn't around. Tay Jones says it himself. He's his own fighter. He fights his own battles. He said it out his own mouth. But we gonna argue this on Mike's show when Tay Jones told you, I'm a real fighter. You got a problem, fight me. That ain't about Wilder. He said out his own mouth. So why does Wilder got to answer for a dude who's telling you, I'm a real boxer, fight me? This ain't about Wilder. You want to disrespect me, let's get it popping. That's what Tay Jones said himself.
Tay Jones said backstage in the hall, prior to the weigh-ins or around that time, he said, F your mama.
Tay Jones, correct.
He is a Team Wilder member. He comes under the Team Wilder umbrella. Anything that a team member does is reflective of the team.
No, it is not. Not when the guy tells you his words ain't nothing to do with me. It's about me, the fighter. If you want to fight Tay Jones, fight Tay Jones. I'm on Mike's show right now. If I tell you, Ralphie, kiss my fucking ass, you got a problem with me, come fight me. Mike ain't saying that. That's me. And I'm telling you personally in front of everybody, if you got a problem, come fight me. And you still gonna blame Mike? And you still gonna blame Mike?
If you are on Team Wilder, anything you say is reflective of Team Wilder. If you're in that jumpsuit, if you're in that tracksuit, if you're in that onesie and it's got Team Wilder on it, anything you do while you're in that uniform is reflective of the team you are representing.
So
no, that's your opinion. You're not the police, my man. You sound like the police.
What you said was your opinion.
This nigga the police.
Real quick. So that justifies Fury's brother calling Wilder's wife a bitch on an interview, on record, saying she needs to shut up and stay in her place. Definitely a different culture. Like really, like that justifies all that, Ralphie. And I'm coming to you, Ralphie.
No, they were both wrong.
All right. CYP.
I just find it funny that grown-ass men could stand up for their own actions and other men still want to hold somebody else accountable. That's pussy. That's pussy. When think about this. If we all in a car, right, and one dude got a gun, if that dude says it's my gun, they all ain't getting arrested, Ralphie. He is.
No, they're all getting arrested. No, they're all getting arrested.
No, it's his gun.
Joint enterprise.
Listen, when I say arrested, you know what I mean. I don't mean taken into custody. I mean charged, thrown in jail. He said it's his gun. He the one getting charged. You trying to charge Tay Jones. You trying to charge Wilder for Tay Jones' gun when he's telling you it's my gun. It ain't got nothing to do with him. It's like you want everybody to be in trouble, like a snitch, like a little snitch. You're a little snitch.
Who's a snitch? How the hell have I snitched? I ain't snitched on nobody. What are you talking about? You're crazy.
JD, on mute.
Yeah, I mean, I said what I said about it. I feel like, if I didn't catch the part where somebody in Wilder camp called, said "fuck your mother." I ain't catch that, but
that was backstage. That was a backstage a little clip that went viral. Both guys.
Well, it's the I hold them accountable the same way. I mean, the same way Fury supposed to check his brother. I mean, Wilder's supposed to, be like, hold on, bruh. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing that over here. But, everybody don't live by the same, respect, type principles that, everybody, like you said, I would have shook dude's hand. You know what I'm saying? Dude was a better man than me that night. You know what I'm saying? Shake his hand, go about my business. But, one thing, hey, let me switch gears real quick, because I wanted to ask y'all. I ain't hear none of y'all talk about this big baby.
Man, come on, man.
Huh?
Come on, bro.
Bro, is this dude a certified clown or what, man? I mean,
I don't even entertain Big Baby. He's not an active boxer. He's not doing anything in boxing right now. He's been out of boxing for the last two or 3 years. Will he ever get a chance with his track record? I don't know. Will we ever see him again? I don't know. Is anybody clamoring to sign Big Baby?
We'll see him again. We'll see him again.
Right.
We'll see him again. He's got a name. Some promoter's going to pick him up. He's probably already under a promoter.
Yeah, and he just simply sticking to his color. Like, if it was fuck Wilder back then, it's going to be fuck Wilder now. You know what it is.
Hold on. So, Big Baby, because he got a name, he ain't through. Wilder, because he lost to Fury twice, he need to be in reconstruction. But Big Baby, who don't like Wilder, bring him on. He's still a big name.
What he said don't make sense. What he said don't make sense. Wilder needs to rebuild. We know that. You can't argue against that. Are you arguing against that?
We are arguing. We are, because he doesn't. He can do what he wants.
Are you saying to me Wilder doesn't need some kind of rebuild?
No, he doesn't. He lost to number 1. He didn't lose to number 10, Usyk.
So Wilder doesn't.
And number 10, Andy. Number 10, Andy.
Hey, you had him stuttering right there, CYP. He started stuttering.
I just can't believe what I'm hearing. If Wilder doesn't need reconstruction, why have they brought in a new trainer?
What do you mean, like need reconstruction now? He already brought in a new trainer before. He brought him in because he threw in the towel. Like what? What man? Come on, man, Ralphie. Ralphie, be careful.
So why is okay? So why is Malik Scott himself saying that Wilder needs to be doing new things?
What's that got to do with reconstruction?
Well, is that not building?
No.
Is he not rebuilding? Is he not rebuilding?
Reconstruction isn't adding something to what he already has. Malik Scott said what he's doing is adding tools to Wilder. He didn't say he's reconstructing them and rebuilding them and rethinking them. Like you're not close enough to the camp or Wilder to tell me what the hell Malik Scott is saying, because I know what he's saying before you do. You can't tell me.
Okay, so so he's adding tools to Wilder.
Yes, that's what those are the exact words.
So let me use those words then. That would be less inflammatory. So right. Wilder is in the process of adding tools.
Yes.
Is that fair? That's fair. Okay.
Yes.
So Wilder is in the process of adding tools, and is it fair to say that process takes time?
Of course, everything takes time. Yes.
Okay, fine. So Wilder is adding tools. I say rebuilding, you say adding tools. Okay. Right. So he's adding tools. That process takes time.
How much? Okay.
There is no correlation with Big Baby. Big Baby's coming back, and we don't know what kind of levels he's going to be at. There's no correlation between the two. There's no.
And nobody's asking about Big Baby but you. You only want to hear about Big Baby because he doesn't like Wilder, but nobody else is asking. Hold on one second. What Big Baby needs to do is reconstruct his goddamn image. He needs to come back and join some DARE. You know what DARE is? DARE to say no to drugs. He needs to come back and do some community service and rebuild his image. He needs to be reconstructed. He needs to stop calling himself Big Baby because Jared Anderson stole his name. So he needs to be reconstructed, not Wilder, who's on top of the world right now. Wilder's on top of the world right now.
Okay. So what I said was that Big Baby will be what I'm saying is Big Baby will be marketable when he comes back. Do you find fault with that?
I don't think he will, dog. I don't think he will. That AJ ship didn't pass. Like, that's what he's connected to. He's connected to AJ and the drugs. Nobody even talks about AJ no more. AJ's worried about Usyk. Like, Baby fits in nowhere. He literally has to go back to fighting people just to prove that he can still fight. Like, he's not important. The other dude took his name. He's not even Big Baby no more.
Okay. So I'm going to say that within 18 months of Big Baby or Did you mute me, Mike? Mike, you muted me.
No, we can hear you, Ralph.
I could care less about Big Baby right now, man. Honestly, Big Baby is on the last thing. I want to get to something that Eddie Hearn had to say on the Zone Boxing Show. White would do exactly the same to Wilder that Fury did in terms of being too big and strong, but could also get KO. AJ is too sharp, too good of a technician, but could also get KO. Usyk would school Wilder, but could also get KO. Is Eddie Hearn right on point, or is he embellishing for his fighters a little tad too much? And let's start with D Nice. What's going on?
Yeah, that's my take on it. Like I know Wilder always has a chance with knockout power, but that's the only chance you give Wilder going into a fight at this point is a puncher's chance. Nobody is talking about Wilder's skill set, head movement, selection of punches. His main praise at this point was his grit and his toughness and his will to keep going. Nobody talks about a skill set. So I'm right there with Eddie Hearn. Like, all of that could happen, but vice versa, he could knock all of them dudes out. I just lean towards the latter because of what I've seen. My man, Raphael Dawkins, he was right on point with what he said. Wilder could be compromised. We don't know, but we do know that sustained beatings like that change fighters. That's what we do know. We don't know if that's the case for Deontay Wilder, but we do know that that's a possibility. So to act like Wilder is just automatically going to be the same guy that we seen in 2017, that's kind of far-fetched, and that's really just hoping and wishing on the star at this point.
But what's more far-fetched though? Like assuming that a guy is going to be damaged and not the same guy that he's always been, or that a guy is going to be okay from what he's always been doing for the last 15 years of a career. Like sometimes, go ahead.
He hasn't taken a beating like this in the last 15 years.
Okay, so can we let it play out over his next fight?
I mean, it's just a hypothesis. It's not fact at this point, but it's very plausible because we have evidence to back up that claim. There are fighters who have taken beatings in this manner and have come back not the same.
Okay, and there are fighters who probably taken a beating, and like I believe Joe Frazier beat the shit out of Ali in the second fight, right? Like,
no, they whooped one another, but Ali won the second fight.
Well, one fight, nigga, Joe Frazier dropped his ass with a left hook.
That was the first fight.
Oh, okay. There we go. So
but
yeah.
even
and some say Ali took.
They said Frazier wasn't the same after Foreman.
I mean, Foreman beat the shit out of Frazier.
So, and that's what I'm saying. Like with that single slide of proof right there makes it plausible. It's not fact at this point, but disregard it.
But based on Frazier's fight style, though, his fight style was more conducive to that kind of combat. Wilder, this is the first fight we see him really take that kind of punishment.
This is the second fight.
Okay, second fight. All right.
And it appears that this is who Wilder is now.
And what's that?
Wilder hasn't been taking these punches very well. Like he looked the same in the third fight that he did in the second fight when they said the water was spiked.
He just went 11 rounds.
I understand that, but he looked like that after round 2.
So shouldn't you be more impressed then?
Should he be what?
Should you be more impressed that he went since round 2? He went 9 more rounds looking like he was dead in the water. Ain't got
got beat up. What's there to be impressed about? You got beat up.
All right.
You know, I knew he had heart. And I knew he had grit. I knew he had toughness. But he took a sustained beating in that fight. That man got hit 150 times. With about 100 of them going to his head. More if you listen to CYP, he said 20% only went to the body. So that means about 120, 130 punches went to your head. He only landed 77 punches. Like he doubled his land ratio. Like I understand people drawing out the silver lining in this, but the truth of the matter is Wilder took a beating that night, and he may not be the same.
JD, talk to me.
Man, you know me from a long time ago, man. I never had faith in Dillian White. After seeing him he was getting outboxed by what's the other guy's name who get his ass whooped every time he go out there? And they keep put him in big fights.
You talking about?
Damn, his name.
Joe Parker?
No, I think Joe Parker just who Joe Parker just beat. What's the
he beat somebody.
You know the flam
Chisora.
Yeah, Chisora. I mean, Chisora was, getting with that boy, but
and the second fight, nigga, Chisora was fucking him up until he got knocked out.
Yeah, so look, when it comes to heavyweights, man, I never seen what other people were seeing in Dillian White. I didn't like the fact that he ducked Ortiz. I just had no faith in him. I mean, if you put him in the ring with Wilder, I mean, for some reason, I'm just seeing replays of Bermain Stavern. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see bad things happening to Dillian White. Maybe I'm tripping, but the dude has no defense, like at all. And so once he get hit by one punch from, Wilder's right hand, I mean, that's gonna be a short night. So I don't know what Hearn is talking about, but I mean, give it to Wilder. Shit, he need a bounce back fight.
Alrighty. CYP, I know you wanted to react to what D-Night said. Take it away.
Yeah, I don't really know what he was talking about this. I said 20% of the punches. I said no, 20% of the jabs. But anyway, Eddie Hearn is a promoter. Promoters have the right to lie. They have all license to lie. If Wilder was one of Eddie Hearn's fighters, he'd be praising him. Just like he praised Dillian White after he got his ass fucking knocked out cold by Povetkin. He still believed in him for the next fight. When AJ got his ass whooped by Andy Ruiz, he still believed in him for the next fight. When all of his fighters be giving up their goddamn belts to Canelo, he still believes in him for their next fight. That's a good promoter. You always got to make your fighters feel like they're the A-side no matter what. I ain't mad at Eddie Hearn for the bullshit, but saying Wilder could KO them all was him trying to stay in touch with reality. Because he don't want to come off like he's a straight loser idiot who just don't make sense. So he always prefaces it with, but they could be knocked out though. But they could be knocked out though. But they could be knocked out though. Like, dude, what kind of man could knock out all three of the dudes you just gave him praise that you just said he could lose to? Like, that means he probably beat him. Like, damn, you could say that Charlo could beat him, but he could knock him out. But those two, when he fights him, it'll probably be a close fight. Him, I don't know. That's 50-50. You don't say Charlo could probably knock him out. Charlo could probably knock him out. Charlo could probably knock him out. Nobody's ever talked about like that but Wilder. And haters usually do that so they don't come off super delusional because most people don't think that Wilder loses to any of those dudes. And Hearn does not want to make it seem like while Fury's on top, that he doesn't have the best options after that. He doesn't want Wilder to seem like the second best option in boxing. He wants AJ and his crew to feel like the best options when the truth is they're not. Nobody, in fact, quote me on this, in the past, 10 years, nobody not named Pacquiao and Floyd, where the two fighters both made over $20 million for fighting each other. Think about that. Deontay Wilder is the real cash cow. Eddie Hearn don't like that. Deontay Wilder was able to give Fury damn near 2 fights back-to-back, making over $20 million. AJ didn't do that for Andy Ruiz. AJ didn't give Andy Ruiz no $40 million for fighting him twice. AJ made that kind of money. Wilder give Fury that kind of money. Fury helped Wilder get that kind of money. But I credit it to Wilder because it was Wilder's contract that was given to Fury for the rematch. It wasn't Fury giving Wilder a contract. It was Wilder giving Fury a contract. That's why I credit it to Wilder. In the future, it may be Fury, but I don't think Bob Arum is giving nobody that kind of money. He cheap like that. He ain't giving nobody no 20 million guarantee to do nothing. That's not how Bob worked. PBC a little different. But anybody who really, if you're honest with yourself, that's why I like the one guy who was on here from Australia, where he was from. I like dude because he's honest, even though you can tell he's still a fan of the other fighters. That's rare to find a dude who's honest but still a fan of the other fighters. Usually they ain't like that. And nobody's putting their money on none of them three dudes versus no damn Wilder, because we know for a fact one thing you have to do to beat Wilder is whoop his ass for a long time. You gotta beat Wilder's ass to beat Wilder. And to beat Wilder's ass, you gotta take some punches. Does anybody think Usyk can take them kind of punches? No, but he's small. Why should he? Anybody think AJ? Hell no, he hasn't. White? Hell no, he hasn't. And White, what are you talking about? White's not even that big. White's not that big. And if White comes in 260-something, 270, he gonna get his slow ass whooped. White gotta come in shape to fight Wilder to get the hell out the way. I don't believe none of that shit he said. I think it's all cap. And people can believe what they want to believe, but you ain't putting your money on it. I guarantee that shit.
Ralph, you talk to me.
Now,
Okay.
I listen to what everything you said.
No, it's on Ralph. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think CYP just said that Wilder is the cash cow. That's exceptionally, don't take offense to this, CYP, but that's exceptionally delusional. Clearly delusional. Wilder, hold on. I'm trying to thought. Who can beat him? Okay. You're writing off. I hear people writing off Dillian White. I hear people writing off Dillian White. Dillian White will press Wilder. he'll come in and he'll press him. He'll take the fight to Wilder and he will knock him out very, very early. That's an early knockout for Dillian Whyte. Knock him out. Credit to Wilder, he's got a good chin. He'll knock him down several times. I have Dillian Whyte taking the fight to Wilder. Wilder can't fight going backwards. If you want to gas Wilder, make him go backwards and his stamina will reduce dramatically quickly. Dillian Whyte will push Wilder back. Wilder will gas. Wilder will get knocked the out. Wilder ain't the cash cow. Wilder and Fury did business together and they made each other very, very rich. But Wilder ain't no cash cow. And he gets knocked out by Dillian Whyte. And my key point, I almost forgot. My bad. CYP, you're saying that Wilder is number 2. Wilder ain't number 2, my friend. The rankings, as I see them now, are Fury number 1, Alexander Usyk number 2, Anthony Joshua number 3, Dillian Whyte number 4, and Deontay Wilder, who has not won a fight in almost damn near 3 years, number 5. Thank you.
Yo, that's funny, man. That's funny. Yo, let me say this, man.
Fight Doctor, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, so a couple of things. In terms of who is the cash cow, I dare to say that Saturday's event was big business. It has generated a lot of buzz before the fight, and it has stirred up a hornet's nest post-fight. I mean, people have called this the greatest heavyweight fight that they've seen. So I think there's a market for Deontay Wilder. I don't know what the purses were. I haven't heard any early reports about how successful the pay-per-view was, but I suspect that this pay-per-view did good business. Now, I have a question for the Anthony Joshua cheerleading contingent. How many pay-per-views has Anthony Joshua sold in America? Now, I know that Anthony Joshua is hugely popular on that side of the pond and that he sells a lot of pay-per-views in his home country. But, we need to compare apples to apples. Pay-per-views in the UK are what, $20? $30 maybe? Whereas pay-per-views in America, or at least Deontay Wilder pay-per-views, $75, $80. So we're talking more than twice the amount of money for a pay-per-view in the States as opposed to what the citizen of the Crown would pay for a pay-per-view. If Deontay Wilder pay-per-views in America were $20 or $30, he would sell 1 million, no question, easily, right?
Yeah, but it really I get what you're saying. I understand the argument, but you can't help what your region is. AJ can't help that he sells out in England. He's from England. Wilder can't help that he sells out in America. He's from America. I get that. I understand that. But at the same time, Joshua still, to my knowledge, is probably the highest paid heavyweight out there.
Yeah, he probably is. I don't want to take anything away from Anthony Joshua.
So that goes to show you, no matter if I'm in the UK or if I'm in the America, I can sell out no matter what, and I can be top dog no matter what.
Well, I mean, I question Anthony Joshua's popularity in the States because, well, for one, he hasn't sold any pay-per-views over here, so we really don't know, right? Until he sells pay-per-views in America, we really don't know what his drawing power is on this side of the pond. So that's my argument.
CYP, go ahead.
No, when I say cash cow, I don't mean what you can do for yourself. I mean what you can do for other boxers. That's what I mean. I'm not counting out, because if we did Ortiz to Brazil, Fury, Wilder made $100 million damn. Like, I'm not talking about what he can do for himself. I'm talking about a cash cow gets other people paid. You know how Canelo be like, payday for the other person. We already know what Canelo getting. So ask yourself, who the hell is AJ fought that's made $20 million in a fight? Nobody, not even Vladimir Klitschko. He doesn't generate the kind of money to give anybody that kind of money. Wilder generates that kind of money to give a fighter that kind of money. Until AJ can say, I'm giving a dude $15 million, $20 million guaranteed to fight me. Who cares what AJ getting, because he already been paid. Then he's the cash cow. Go work. You want to work with the dude who can get you the most money. Not the dude who makes the most money but don't give you none. That's not a cash cow. That's a rich dude. I ain't saying AJ not rich. I'm saying AJ and Eddie Hearn ain't out there with Matchroom and Skybox giving dudes $20 million to fight. If White and AJ fought right now, White ain't getting no $20 million guaranteed. Hell no. Hell no. No.
That's funny because Joseph Parker was offered $1 million to fight Wilder. That's how much he got offered. He got $6 million to fight Joshua. So that goes to the opposite of what you just said.
No, I said $20 million. I'm not talking little peanuts. I'm not talking peanuts, man.
Well, I repeat, Joseph Parker got offered not 20, $1 million to fight Wilder. He got 6 fighting Joshua. Case closed.
No, it's not closed because he had to negotiate that. They don't offering somebody $20 million, telling them this is what you're going to get guaranteed, has nothing to do with pay-per-view points, how much we sell, let's negotiate. That's different. The zone say, I'll pay you 10, I'll pay you 10. That's offering both fighters $10 million. Not saying you can make $10 million. Guaranteed purses was 33% of whatever they gross. That's not a guarantee. So that 33% could be $1 million. It could be $4 million, but it's never going to be $10 million, which PBC and Wilder can guarantee you. So they're not the same. Guaranteed money versus pay-per-view split is not the same. Ralphie is not the same.
Who else made $20 million with Wilder?
$1 million versus
I hear you, Ralph.
$6 million. That's it. $1 million, $6 million.
Made versus offered. Made versus offered. There's a difference between made and offered.
So why did Joseph Parker fight Joshua instead of Wilder then?
Because they overpaid him. Everybody, the same reason why Martin fought Joshua instead. They overpaid these dudes. You know that they didn't make no money from the Martin versus AJ fight. You know AJ didn't make much money because he gave so much to Martin. Case closed. Case closed. There was no money to pay AJ. There was no money to pay AJ.
Yeah, case closed.
Okay,
You just said Joshua overpays. Okay.
Yes, no, he overpaid Martin for his belt. He overpaid Martin for his belt. This is what we're gonna do. If AJ made a lot of money to fight Martin because Martin got $5 million, if he did that, I will cancel my controversially correct show tomorrow. I'll cancel it. But if I'm right, you never cam up or call in the mic show. You just stay your ass in the comment section. Be nice. Stay in the comment section. Never ever call back in the mic show. We don't want to hear your voice no more. I'll cancel my show. It won't happen. Of course you don't, because all you do is talk. You have no fact. You have no fact. Y'all just gonna call me wrong.
Just proved you wrong.
Call me wrong.
He just proved you wrong. He did.
Mike, can I ask you a question?
The boy got more money for fighting Anthony Joshua than he would have got for fighting Deontay Wilder.
No.
Who else has Wilder made $20 million for? Mike, can you answer that question for me? Who else has made $20 million with Deontay Wilder other than Tyson Fury, who came into the fight with a name?
Mike,
who else has made that money?
Does a cash cow only have about $6 or $7 million to go around? Does a cash cow only have about $6 or $7 million to go around?
Wilder only had $1 million to go around. What are you talking about?
No,
Wilder only had $1 million to offer.
See, this is why you got to meet one of us, because you don't let nobody talk. All he does is
let you talk
what
and
I'm
you
saying.
finish.
I'm talking to Mike. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Mike. I'm not talking to you.
Okay, but I answered the question.
I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you. I'm asking Mike. I'm not asking you.
But I'm going to respond.
So let me and Mike talk. I'm not talking to you.
No, it's an open panel.
Man, Mike, yo, I got to go, dog. I don't fuck with this nigga, man. I'm out of here, dog.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Let me get to it right quick. Now, both of y'all had,
that was poor sportsmanship. That was poor sportsmanship.
Come on, Ralphie. Yeah, you
just been talking about that, Mike.
You're gonna pour salt in the wound, I see. But look, both of y'all got a point, man. Like at that point, Joshua was more of a cash cow than Wilder because he was able to get Parker more money. But I think what CYP is referring to, and he's talking about right now, Wilder's opponents and him, to me, is our biggest purchase than Joshua and his opponents. Now, we all know the Saudi money can come into play with Joshua and Fury, and that could change everything. But as of right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like total combined revenue, I think Wilder and Fury and what Wilder's done the last 3 fights have probably outdone Joshua. But yeah, man, y'all boys was going hard, man. Y'all need to come down.
Hey, now, Mike, let me ask you a question. Do you see Wilder's next opponent making $20 million?
Depends on who he is.
If it's anybody other than AJ, do they make $20 million?
I don't know if they make a guaranteed 20.
Do you see him making a guaranteed 10?
Maybe like an Andy Ruiz can squeeze out a guaranteed 10.
No belts on the line.
No belts on the line. Andy Ruiz, a Mexican first heavyweight champion, which maybe have a lot of fanfare. You know what I'm saying? Black versus Mexican.
How much did Ruiz get for the rematch in Joshua?
Like 11 or 12.
Do you see him making 10 guaranteed with Wilder? I don't.
Maybe that.
I don't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And the only reason Fury made what he made is because he came to the table with the name already in the accolade. He wasn't just anybody off the street. He was the lineal champion. He hadn't been beaten.
I mean, you get what you negotiate. So it is.
That's a fact.
And
that's a fact.
That's pretty much like all I could say. We say, Mikey, what I'm lying about. I'm lying about. Mike, what Fury and your person from Saudi was. That's why I said like the Saudi, when you bring the Saudi money into it, like the Saudis are looking for big fights. So whether it's Fury and AJ, whether it's AJ and whoever, then yeah, of course AJ can get more money then because he got a bigger guaranteed site fee. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just common sense, but it is what it is, man. I hate to get into like semantics about who's the bigger star and all this shit. To me, it don't really matter. Let's see those two guys, AJ and Wilder, get in the ring, and let's see who's the better fighter. But y'all, look, man, I've been going 3 hours, man, strong. I'm about to cut this stream short. Give me some food and
right. Hey, Mike, let me make one point before you leave.
Final thought for everybody.
I wanted to touch on what CYP said because I thought it was a great analogy. He said all great promoters big up their fighters after they take a ass whooping, and it instantly directed me to him because he has watched his fighter take 2 ass whoopings in a row, yet he still has the utmost confidence that his fighter can be who he thinks his fighter is. Why is it plausible for him, but not Eddie Hearn? If it's bullshit on one side, it's bullshit all the way around the board. That's just the way I feel about it.
Preach.
Ralphie, take it away.
Well, my final words?
Final words.
Final words is, hey, Mike, it's always a pleasure conversing with you. And it's always a double pleasure conversing with Mr. CYP.
Yeah,
CYP, baby. It's all in good gentlemanly conversation. But I had to drop a few truth bombs tonight. It's been very enjoyable. Blessed to everyone. The name's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, and I go live a few times a week, and everybody is welcome for open chat. Come share your opinions, and I love to chop it up. Mike, I'm out. Peace, everybody.
Peace out.
Peace.
Shout out to Mr. Dawkins.
Fight Doctor, it's on you.
Yes, sir. Well, listen, Mike, thanks for having me. Been a fan of the show for a while now, and just when I saw Mr. Dawkins come on, I figured I would poke my head in and make sure that he kept, kept honest. So thanks for having me on, and I look forward to joining you again soon if you have me. Appreciate it.
Man, anytime, bro.
All right, thank you.
No problem. All right, y'all. Well, y'all know my slogan, man. Oh, we got the video of the day.
There you go.
Hey, man, shit right here crazy, man. Sometimes you and your old lady just need to probably stay at home. Hey, we're getting
busy.
Hey, man. They were damn near fucking outside right there, man. God damn. But yeah, man, look, man, y'all know what it is. Y'all know how I get down. Y'all know what I'm about. Big ups to everybody who joined the panel today, man. D-Nice, JD, CYP, Ralphie, the Fight Doctor, my guy, what's my guy name, man? Forgot his damn name, man. Let me scroll up so I can see his name. It's, man, I know it. I just can't remember it right now. Man, it was Kangaroo Jack. Big ups to my guy Kangaroo Jack, my guy Ams. Salute everybody who joined the panel, man. I appreciate it. Made it a very exciting show. Talked about Jermell Charlo trolling Wilder. Wilder not retiring. Eddie Hearn reaction to Wilder Fury. Lot of good things like after everything, you know what I'm saying? After the fact. Glad to see everybody out there really taking it well and supporting each other. Until next time. Y'all know what it is. I'm out this thing. Wizard.
Sometimes you gotta give people their flowers. While they can still smell them. Mark Nash. Michael Gross, the boss. My nigga. My brother. Let's get this shit done, Mike.